All right. What's good? What's good? What's good? Let me know if you can hear me. Forgot to put my mic on. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Antonio King, what's going on with you, sir? Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Happy Father's Day with you for you, all you old men with kids. Happy Father's Day. Antonio King, what's going on, man? Salute to you, sir. Salute to you. H-Town 713 in the building. What's good? Foot in the building. What's going on, man? Three heads. What's happening with you, man? Fanon, hurry up. Happy Father's Day. I'm back, man. I'm there. A little late today. What's going on, Kamal Oz? What's going on, Cal Coolit? Edward Volitan in the building. What's going on, man? Love and Loyalty Incorporated. Good morning. Christopher Brown. What's happening? Be easy. Always good to see you. Be easy. New Orleans, NOLA. What's happening with you? Salute. Rico Chico. What's good? Justin Hawkins in the building, man. Where they do that at? What's happening? Robert Williams in the building. What's good, sir? Rico Chico. I think I said what's up, but let me say what's up again. Justin Hawkins, Lucas Bray. Good morning and happy Father's Day to both of y'all. Mr. Fishing, what's going on? Salute. Happy Father's Day. And to everybody else that I've not seen, Ramon Johnson, what's going on? Let's get them likes up, people. Undercard Boxing in the building. What's going on, man? Richard Breton, what's going on? What's happening? What's up? What's happening? What's up? What's happening? Yeah. Cam J Network in the building said, happy Father's Day, Fanon. Did mid-performance from Regis. Zaria ran all night. Tszyu looked ready for Charlo, but I got Charlo winning. Man, I ain't convinced on Tszyu, man. I'm not convinced on Tszyu, to be honest with you. Still, I don't mean, that fight didn't mean like Carlos Ocampo's trash. That's really what more stood out to me than anything else. Is Carlos Ocampo's just straight trash. just straight trash. That's what I got out of that more than anything on that fight. He's straight trash. And Tszyu can punch. Tszyu can punch. Carlos Ocampo's straight trash. So I'm not taking too much out of that. And Tszyu gets hit. I still think Jermell Charles gonna hurt that dude. That's what I think. I don't, man. I'm not that big on setup fights, man. He's winning fights, but it's like, what am I supposed to make of how we talk about in the situation with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, and how you have one guy that you can beat the same guy, right? But it'd be at different periods of time in their career, kind of like Tszyu beat back-to-back victims. Like he fought a Errol Spence victim right after having somebody that got knocked out by Errol Spence. Then right before that, he knocked out somebody that Jermell Charlo had knocked out, right? And Go Shaw before that, somebody that had been beaten by multiple people before. So to me, it's like, you're setting them up with guys. You're setting up with guys over there in Australia that you can win, that he can beat. Even though I don't recall if Go Shaw went to Australia or not. Font line. Hey, look, man. I put something out there on Twitter yesterday, man, and I said it's Free Smoke Sunday morning. It's Free Smoke Father's Day. It's Free Smoke Father's Day. No need, and I waited till 9 o'clock in the morning to get on. Okay, I didn't get on at 8. I gave an extra hour, so it is 10 o'clock in the morning on Father's Day on a Sunday. You ain't doing squat. You already awake, okay? You're already awake. Some of y'all maybe y'all may be in the basement waiting to go upstairs and eating breakfast with your father. Hey, y'all got me a lot of what are your thoughts on Max and Roy saying that Tszyu is a 2 division chat. Hey, y'all got to hit the link to ask it. You guys got to hit the link to ask those questions, bro. Hit the link, man. You guys gonna be sending me. That's not that. Y'all, let me get the link. Y'all gonna be sending me, ask me a bunch of questions this morning, man. Give me a second, man, because it's 7 a.m. in Cali. Yeah, that's true. Get up. I'll be on here for a while. Don't worry. I'll be on here for a while. So you got some time in Cali. Just want to let you know. Just finished 2 games of basketball. That's what's up. Look, man. Anyway, so let me Go Shaw was in Minnesota. Thank you, James Daly. Yeah, I didn't think, I had a suspicion that was not there. Ivan Robinson said, I am still asleep. Man, get up, Ivan Robinson. If you're the boxer, Ivan Robinson, that's what's up. Hold on one second, man. Somebody ask a question. I'll give you the answer to these questions while people come in. Where'd they go? Somebody asked me a couple questions. My thoughts on Canelo versus Charlo, make the fight. That's my thought on Canelo. Texas OG, Canelo versus Charlo, make the fight. And I think it'll be a good fight, even though Jermell Charlo's been out for a while. I still think it'll be a good fight. I told now to the guy that was all in my chest, telling me how Canelo Alvarez was going to be fighting Badu Jack. I told you he was not going to be fighting Badu Jack. Yes.
Good morning.
It is morning. How can I help you?
So this is what I want to say. So you're sitting here saying that Tszyu beating Carlos Ocampo isn't a good win, and then you say that that's a good win. Carlos Ocampo is a good win for Errol Spence Jr. Because after he lost to Errol Spence, he went on a 10-fight, 12-fight winning streak. Blah blah blah, and Tszyu beat Tony Harrison, who beat Jermell Charlo, the guy who you're picking to beat Tszyu easily, supposedly. And he beat all those guys that you're saying are leftovers, but they were still champions at one time, and he beat them even better. So I just
Excuse
don't
me.
like how you take
Excuse
credit
me.
away from fighters.
Excuse me. I don't like how you make shit up. Because I never said that I never said that that Carlos Ocampo was a good win for Errol Spence. I never said that.
I've heard you say that in your
You've
life.
never heard me say that. You've never heard me say that.
I wouldn't quote it if I
Ever
didn't
heard
hear.
me say that. You've never heard me say that. Never. Because I don't think it is. It was a mandatory fight where a guy that got knocked out with one body shot in the first round. I discount that. I never bring up that win because Carlos Ocampo, in my opinion, is trash. So please stop making stuff up. Now, the second thing you just made up, okay? So I did not say that it was a good win for Errol Spence Jr. I didn't. Second, Carlos Ocampo was never a champion. Never. So this is good wins over champions. You said champions, plural. You said champions,
I misspoke.
plural. Thank you. So we can brush that aside. Carlos Ocampo is a bum. Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison is not a bum, but Tony Harrison did get knocked out by Errol Spence. So what I said was he had 2 fights in a row. 2 fights in a row where he beat somebody, knocked somebody out that was knocked out by Errol and Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence. Those are facts.
Who had a better showing against Tony Harrison? Tszyu or Jermell Charlo? I just wanted your opinion.
A better showing?
Yeah, a better.
I am not going to give you my opinion on what's a better showing. They both knocked the dude out. If you want to say who had the better showing, Jermell, because he won a championship off of him. Because he won a belt. They both knocked him out. The only difference is that Tim Tszyu was the third person to knock out Tony Harrison. Good win for Tim Tszyu. I didn't say Tim Tszyu was a terrible fighter. I said I wasn't sold on him because he's beating guys that have already been beaten, just like I would say with Terrence Crawford, had beaten guys that had already been beaten. I'm not saying Terrence Crawford isn't a good fighter. I've said the man was number one pound for pound, and I compared Tim Tszyu to Terrence Crawford. How is that insulting Tim Tszyu? When I said I've got right now, I have Terrence Crawford as my number 2 pound for pound fighter in the world. And I've had Terrence Crawford as my number 1 pound for pound. I had him as my number 1 pound for pound fighter for years.
You can have him on the pound for pound list, but your actions are different than the way you speak
My
about
actions,
him.
I'm not acting, I'm talking. Dude, you're a fucking moron. Okay? And you can get fried up again. You're making stuff up. You're putting words in my mouth. You're not thinking about what you're saying before you say it. I'm not that loose. Thank you very much. I'm not that loose with my thought process.
I just think you
What I said
what
I said was that I'm not sold on Tim Tszyu. I didn't call Tim Tszyu a bum. I didn't say he couldn't fight. I didn't say he wasn't good. I didn't say any of that. All I said was I'm not sold on him because he's beating guys that had already been knocked out, guys that the book was already out on. And there's a lot of fighters throughout the history of boxing that have done that have fought older fighters who used to be champions, who no longer have the hunger for the game, whose fighting styles have already been exploited by other people. You get a young, fresh, big dude fighting at home, getting in there against a 35, 36-year-old guy who's past his prime, but still has a good name. It happens all the time in boxing. Not just Tim Tszyu. It's called matchmaking. Have you ever heard of matchmaking?
Yeah.
So then what are you complaining about? Because that's what they do, matchmaking. So if he had, let me tell you what would have been different. If Tim Tszyu had jumped out there, and I don't know, let's see, who could he have knocked out at 154? Say Jermell, say Jaron Ennis moves up to 154 and Tim Tszyu knocks him out. That would be a completely different thing altogether. If he knocked out Xander Zayas, that would be something completely different altogether because that is a young, fresh fighter where the book is not out on him. Tim Tszyu, Tony Harris doesn't have a chin, doesn't have one. And that is known by everybody. Hard to get to his chin, but he ain't got one. So all Tim Tszyu has to do is keep coming forward, and eventually try to hit him on his chin. And by the way, that was no walk in the park fight for Tim Tszyu.
He was winning every round. Tim Tszyu was winning majority of the rounds.
You just said he won every. I don't give a stop. Looking for desperate things you can clutch on to. I didn't want to call your name.
No, I got no beef with you. I'm just having a conversation.
Bullshit. You ain't got no beef with me. Bullshit. I got beef with you. I got beef with you. Get out of here, boy. Go away. Like I said, it's free smoke. It's free smoke. You got your smoke for free. Trying to put words in my mouth, things I didn't say. Tim Tszyu won almost every round. Then you backtrack. Let's see. Tim Tszyu, were you winning every round at home against Tony Harrison? Let's see on the official scorecard if you were winning every round. Unlike you, I'll actually go check and make sure. Oops, they don't have the scorecards up. Oh, that's Carlos Ocampo. There is no rounds for Carlos Ocampo. Let's see. Scorecard. It was 75-70, so excuse me. He was almost winning every round, although at the time of the stoppage, after the 8th round, the scorecards were 77-75. Tony Harrison won the 6th round on every card. He won the 4th round on 2 of the cards. He won the 6th round on the 4th round on 2 of the 3 cards, the 6th round on 2 of the 3 cards, and in the 7th round, he won all 3. Of the 8 completed rounds, he won 3 of them. So he was winning almost every round, right? Thank you, man. Anyway, if anybody would really like to talk boxing that knows something about it, I'd appreciate it. Jesus. Man, it's Father's Day. You ain't my son, so leave me alone. I thought Tony won round 1. Look, Tony Harrison won about half of the rounds. He won about half of the rounds. And Tszyu wound up catching him and stopping him. Tony Harrison is a good fighter. He got a lot of good rounds out of that fight. Tony Harrison, what's his name, did not get a lot of good rounds last night. Tony Harrison is not Jermell Charlo, just so you know. And I don't say that I dislike Tszyu. I'm just saying I'm not sold on him yet because you see a lot of this. Say what you want. RuPaul knows his boxing, man. RuPaul be out here just guessing. RuPaul be out here guessing is what RuPaul be out here doing. Hey, man. Jeez. Hey, man, much love in the Cash App to my guy. Hey, Miss Keisha. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Thank you so much. And thank you for the support for all the fathers out there doing their thing, man. He didn't win half and 9. It was 5-3 Tszyu. It was about half. It's about half. 5-3. He says about half. Come on, man. It's one round away from half. Jeez, I said exactly how many rounds he won. That's about half the rounds. Give me a break. And somebody else could have gave him the first round. Okay? As a matter of fact, I gave him the first round. So there you go. If I recall, on my cards, I had him winning half the rounds. But whatever, man. So what? Hey, man, my guy, hey, what's going on? Mr. Bowl 3. Hey, I can say your name. Steven in the building with the $10 holler. Thank you for that support on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. I'm going to stay in a good mood. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. It means a ton. And I don't know why there's... Oh, yesterday at 6:02 p.m., my guy, Malcolm Allen, thank you so much for that support yesterday in the Cash App. That means a ton. Thank you. Can Regis Prograis beat Haney? I don't know. I think he can. Depends on. Look, let me tell you like this. First of all, Regis Prograis didn't look that good last night, and I don't know how in the world he really could have. Fighting a guy that's longer and taller than a guy that's running like that. That's me. He's just running and running and running and running. But at the same time, bro, you know, he did get knocked down. Regis got dropped. That was definitely he got dropped. Unfortunately for the other guy, he didn't win. But you can't win rounds like that. So, I mean, the guy just stunk the place up. So it's unfortunate that he stunk the place up like that. I don't know if I don't think Regis got exposed. I think that guy just ran around. Hey, what's going on? Happy Father's Day, Fanon and the dads in the chat. Herbert Johnson in the building with that love in the chat. Thank you, brother, for your support, man. Thank you for supporting the channel. And yes, sir, happy Father's Day to you and the king of the dollar hollers. My guy, T. Orlando Pearson in the building said, thanks for taking Bradley Pearson's wrench troll today. Oh, Bradley Pearson? Oh, yeah, he can jump on here, though. Got his wrench today. He can jump on here and earn a wrench. Jump on here and earn a wrench. Hey, Louis Bray said, Fanon, you in Texas, I'm in Dallas. Share some of that good coffee you sipping on. Yes. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Hey, yeah, I am here, man. Happy Father's Day to everybody, though. J Lex said, going through a lot. I'm alive, though. Hey, good for you, bro. GTDDD. Regis is food for any of the elite 135s? No, he ain't. No, he ain't. He ain't food now. He ain't food now. He ain't no C-level fighter either. He ain't no C-level fighter either. That dude ran for the hills. He just ran for the hills. If you're going to fight him like that and lose, that's on you. Nah, man, that dude didn't win that fight. That dude was losing round after round after round after round after round. He ain't trash. He ain't trash. They need better matchmakers though. But Zarilla is trash. Zarilla is trash. That's trash. Like, I don't even understand what he was doing in that fight, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he didn't. Yeah, why didn't he cut off the ring? Look, man, I'm not going to answer questions about why he didn't do this, didn't do that. All I'm trying to tell you is that guy didn't try. If you keep running and running and running and running, like you keep you can't run you can't run. If you keep skirting out this way, skirting, never setting your feet, skirting, you're not scoring points. You're losing rounds. You're not scoring points. You're not losing. You're not winning rounds. That's why he lost the fight. That's why he lost the fight. So if you choose to do that, what's going on, Greg Ramsey? How you feeling, Fi? If you choose to do that, you can make the other person look bad, but then he's going to have his belt at the end of the fight. And I tweeted it, man. I don't know when I tweeted it. I tweeted it around the 4th round. I was like, look, I go to my Twitter. I said that in the 4th round. I said, this dude is going to lose this fight and be mad about it. Zarilla is going to lose this fight. Yeah, go check the other one. Yeah, he lost it on one card. It was lopsided on the others. Let me read the cards. That's one judge scored for him. One. Give me 1 second. And I see you, sister. Thank you. I think that's Auntie Black Cherry. I'm definitely about to do that. Give me 1 second. We'll look at the scorecards. I'm telling you, don't win fights like that. I'm talking about Zarilla. I'm not talking about Regis. I'm talking about Zarilla right now, as if I'm a Zarilla fan, a Zaria fan. That score was Robert Tapper was 118-109, 117-110, and Craig Metcalf had it 113-114. You're going to lose a fight fighting like that. Robert Tapper had it 118-109, 117-110. Lopsided because you're not fighting. Because you're not fighting. That's all you're doing is defense. You're just playing defense. That's it. No aggression, no clean, very little clean and effective punching, even though he did drop him. No ring generalship. You're just running around. People are not going to give you a fight like that, bro. Hey, Greg Rand said, brother Fanon, I'm proud of what you're doing. Fi achieve. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Thank you. So, nah, bro, you're not going to win a fight like that. Like, don't get me wrong, it makes Regis Prograis look bad. But he's going to look bad and go take that next fight with his belt. Just like Karen Kukadajian with Jaron Ennis. You can run around and run around and run around and run around. No, he didn't drop him twice. He dropped him once. Regis dropped him. Regis dropped that other dude. There was only one time did Regis Prograis get dropped. He got dropped once, not twice. He got dropped once. One knockdown. The other one, that other time, that shit was a push or a slip. He legitimately walked into a straight right hand and got hit dead center in the middle of his face and fell. No, Floyd did not do that. Hell no. Floyd did not do that. No, Floyd did not do that. Auntie Black Cherry said, tornadoes in Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi. Much love for that $2 holler. Thank you, sister. Thank you. And hey, be well, be well, be well. And somebody said check Zell while you say be well. So let me do that. Hell. Hey, be easy. I see your email. I don't know what that means. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Ooh, wait. What the heck would I get hit with on that one? Hey, Violator Comics in the building. Thank you, brother. Thank you for that support, man. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's a lot. God. Ugh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on one second. Get this shit out of my face. Yeah. Hey, Kenneth Johnson. Let me start with Kenneth Johnson. I agree. I was at the fight and I said this guy running too much. He's gonna make Regis look bad and still lose. Yeah, I mean, you knew it. I knew it early on. Dude's gonna lose this. He's just not trying to win the fight. And then he put this fake look when he lost. He did this little fake look like robbery, like you're gonna get a moral victory out of that. Nah, bro, they're gonna sit your ass at home and not let you fight on another card because you didn't fight. You know, he said Zuriel could be very good, but nobody will pay him to fight like that. Nah, man, that dude, dog, no, no. Devin deserves it because he gets major hate. Man, Devin's team attracts major hate. That's on them. Hey, look, man. I don't know. I don't see how you can if somebody doesn't say if somebody is taller and longer and they just will not stand still. But hey, man, like I said, whatever he made him look bad. Hey, for now, when did YouTube take off the handcuffs? I don't know. Hopefully, sometime this month. You know. Hey, Brian Elder said, "Happy Father's Day, Fanon." Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. But look, man, I mean, it is what it is. Regis Prograis didn't look that good. But I'm looking more at Zorilla. Like, Zorilla is straight trash. Regis Prograis looked like, he just looked like he was following him around the ring, trying to engage in a fight, and Zorilla just decided he was not going to ever let Regis Prograis engage in a fight, which is a smart thing from Zorilla if he doesn't want to get knocked out. But it's just, you're basically just giving Regis Prograis rounds. You know what I mean? If you just want to give him the rounds, good for you. You're just giving him the rounds. That's what it looked like to me. But anyway, I don't really want to talk about he who must not duck. I'm trying to avoid he who must not duck for a few days. Just for my own peace of mind, man. How does Regis fare versus Jack Cottrell? He'll beat Jack Cottrell. I think Regis Prograis is going to be difficult. If you fight him, he's going to hurt you. He can hurt you. But it is what it is. He didn't look that good last night. Not going to lie about that. I think it's very hard for you to look good in a fight like that. And I hope Terrence Crawford doesn't fight like that. I hope that's not Terrence Crawford's mentality going into this fight with Errol Spence. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Oh. I don't know. Uh. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. All right, that is that. Okay. Then. What the heck? Sorry. Sorry. All right, now I'm back. We back. We back. Technical difficulty for a second. Cal, cool it in the building. What's going on, man? Hey, did he hype himself up and just let himself down? What do you mean? Oh, Queen Vaughn. What's going on, Queen Vaughn? So is Regis Prograis overrated or no? I don't think he's overrated, no. I don't really know anybody that rates Regis Prograis as, you know, a top 10 pound for pound fighter in the world. So no, I don't think he's overrated. I think he's a very good fighter. And that is a terrible style matchup for him that Zorilla that Eddie Hearn had from him. And I think Zorilla just fought to survive. And if Zorilla was trying to fight and trying to win the fight, he may have got hurt. So I wouldn't just, like I say, I'll see it again. We'll see if somebody can just jab and stay away from him and land 3-punch combinations on Regis Prograis, slip and get out. We'll see. The book may have been out on him. I can't tell you. But no, I don't think that he's overrated because I don't really know anybody that really rates him extremely highly. I'm much more disappointed in Zorilla. That's what I see. I mean, I know that Regis Prograis is somebody that is a potentially beatable fighter because he has very short arms and, he's not able to land a jab on Zorilla. He couldn't find him with the jab. His arms are so short. So I'm glad that's one of the reasons why Regis Prograis stays at 140 pounds. It's because he really doesn't have the size to fight guys that are at 147 that have those longer reaches. That's gonna be a problem for him. You know what I mean? That's gonna be a problem for him. But I still think you get in there. So he just doesn't have footwork or ring IQ. I think he does. So if somebody, look, this is hard for me to say because there are people. Let me see. Let's go through this. How many fighters have I seen? And I'm thinking about this out loud, right? How many fighters have I seen that have got in the ring with somebody that refuses to engage with them and moves and moves and moves and moves and moves, where they are unable to really connect with them, and they wind up having a stinker of a fight. They wind up having a stinker of a fight that they win because the guy just absolutely positively will not engage with them at all. They're not setting their feet, right? They're not throwing. There was time when Zorilla, for periods of time in that fight, where Zorilla literally just stood there and looked at him. Just literally stood there and looked at him. Just literally stood there like this. Wasn't throwing anything, wasn't moving, wasn't doing anything, just standing there looking at him like this. And when Regis Prograis stood there, he didn't do anything. Just stood there like this. So, man, please, Devin ain't smoking nobody. Devin gonna be. Let me tell you how Devin's going. If Devin beats Gervonta, if Devin beats Regis Prograis, let me tell you how it's gonna be. He's gonna run. If he fights him, he's not gonna win. He's gonna run. He's gonna throw jab, 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 and move. Jab, move, jab, stay away, move. He can win the fight, but he's not gonna smoke anybody. Not gonna. I promise you, not gonna happen. He's gonna jab. He's gonna move because he can't hurt Regis. He's going to jab and move. He's going to jab, and he's going to get up out of there. He can win a fight like that, but he's not going to, no. He ain't going to do it. I agree with that, though. Devin ain't that guy. Devin can't punch. So if he's moving, yeah, okay, well, that's fighting. If he moves and moves and moves and moves, good. But he's going to have to score. He's going to have to land a jab and move. Yeah, land a jab, move. Yeah, he can win the fight if he does that. But he's going to smoke him? He ain't smoking squat. Okay, let's not get – look, let's not get crazy. He ain't smoking nobody. Like, I ain't never seen him smoke anybody. I saw him, yeah, Antonio Moran. I saw him smoke Antonio Moran. I ain't never seen him smoke nobody. So when's he going to start smoking now? Man, please, man, don't get all brave now. Hey, what's going on, Keto Johnson? Don't get all brave, man, on Father's Day. Go ahead and hit that. Go ahead and hit that link, though. Go ahead and get that link, man. Look, man. I hope he takes the fight. And drop the belt so we can get it, so we can move it. Read this. Bro ain't no smoker, man. Heck nah, man. Heck nah, dog. The hell no. He ain't about to smoke the dude now. Let's not get, let's not get crazy. Okay. Let's not get crazy. I'll go back a few years ago, man, letting this man, please. Go back a few years when Haney was letting his power go. When? I don't want to talk about Devin Haney, man. Please stop hyping this dude up. Stop overhyping this man, and don't get him brave in there with Regis. And if he fights Regis after this, super suspect. If he fights Regis after this and doesn't, if he fights Regis, well, honestly, he can't fight Teofimo Lopez because Teofimo Lopez dropped his belt. Check Jason. I see you, brother. Check Jason in the building. What's going on, man? Hold on 1 second for that love in the Cash App on Father's Day. Oh, man, hold on, man. Hold on 1 second, man. Big love in the Cash App to my guy. I see you, Kamal. Happy Father's Day, bro. Charlo whooping Tszyu. Much love in that Cash App to my guy. Mr. Robinson. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you for the Father's Day gift, man. Now I can afford. God, dog. Father's Day is expensive. Hey, it's so expensive. Hey, check Jason in the building. Says salute to all the fathers and the stepfathers. Hey, man, if you're taking care of a kid, happy Father's Day. If you're taking care of your child, happy Father's Day. And my guy, Cal Cooler, with the big $25 holler, said, happy Father's Day, including Bill, no Devon Talk. Thank you, Cal Cooler. Thank you, Cal. Cal Cooler. Much love in that Cash App. Thank you, brother. Kamal Oz in the building. What's happening with you, Kamal Oz?
What up, Fanon? Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you, brother. Happy Father's Day to you.
Hey, it's Overreaction Sunday. People acting like people have Rougarou and Canelo's spot for corporate media on the pound for pound list. Who has Rougarou as the consensus #1 guy in his division, let alone on any pound for pound list? The fact of the matter is Eddie Hearns failed in his matchmaking to get somebody, especially a replacement fighter, because I don't think this guy Zarafa, whatever the hell his name is, I don't think he was the original opponent. So he should have got him a straightforward
He was the third opponent.
So he was a third opponent. And that was a third opponent that was getting Rougarou, who, correct me if I'm wrong, he's been out of the ring for a long time. He had promotional issues. He was with the PBC. He was angry because the PBC didn't get him the Tank fight, and they didn't get him he was supposed to fight Mario Barrios. And so he left the PBC. He had his promotional issues. That guy should have gotten an easier homecoming fight. He hadn't fought in 5 years. So again, people just need to calm their energy, saying like, Haney's going to whip the guy. Haney's coming off a suspect, quote unquote, win himself, man. I mean, again, what I said yesterday, man, people are using strong language when it's not warranted. Nobody's rating Rougarou really high on any pound for pound list. Nobody's saying nobody even before this fight said he beat Subriel Matias. Nobody said he's the man at 140. He's a nice little champion. He's a good fighter. No one said the guy was great. And Fernand, I'm really surprised you hadn't talked about Badu Jack exposing your boy Canelo Alvaroid for trying to drain him. I don't know if you saw his Twitter, Instagram
video that I did days ago saying that.
No, I didn't see it. I missed it. I have to look at it. I didn't see it. But he went on a tirade saying he was trying to drain an old man, and even Badu Jack told your boy Canelo to fight the fight that everybody wants to see in David Benavidez and stop ducking. It's no surprise that your boy Canelo Alvaroid is targeting Jermell Charlo. Ring rusty, had his personal problems. This guy has made a strategy, a career of doing this. He did that with the James Kirkland fight. And I would not be surprised to see some of the conditions that additional conditions that Jermell Charlo has to go through. Because this guy Canelo.
Oh, you clicked out. Hey, let me get these super chats real quick before you come back in, Kamal. My guy, what's going on? Mr. Smith in the building. Yannick in the building. And by the way, somebody else jumped up out of here too. My guy, Greg Ramsey, Noop, just jumped out of here too. Mr. Smith, much love with that $5 holler in that Cash App, bro. Said, oh, they cut him off. I didn't cut him off. Yeah, click the link again. I don't know what happened. As long as y'all can hear me. Make sure, let me go over here and make sure you guys can see it. You can still see me. Let me make sure y'all can still see me. Yeah, y'all can still see me. Okay, dope. Had to check that one out. Had to check that. Had to get that right. Fuck is my skin so itchy? Much love, bro. Oh, I'm sorry. Yannick said, hey, can we still get an hour without the Haney talk, please? Hey, man, I'm trying my best. Hey, Mr. Smith, I will try my best. The link booted me out. Here you go. Hit that link again. There you go. But there you go. There's that link. Check Jason in the building. Said join in. Cal cooling on the no Devon Talk, bro. On the no Devon Talk list. Much love in that $5 holler. Hey, man, dog, you got cats literally supporting channels to not talk about a fighter. And my guy, GM in the building, said, remember this, moving up for Regis ain't a duck. GM said, moving up for Regis ain't a duck. Nah, I don't think it is a duck. I don't think it's a duck. Though. No, it's not a duck. If you can't make the weight, it's not a duck. That's me saying it's not a duck. Look, the he who shall not duck logic, though, dog, y'all, you guys got to understand, man. By the way, where you at? I'm telling you, man, I was on Twitter yesterday. I put a tweet out there, and I was like, look, man, I'm going to be there on Father's Day because it's a holiday. You guys are at home. Do not tell me y'all are not awake. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. We got 500 people, and you guys do a lot of talking. They cut me off. Corporate media is silencing me. Hey, man, I put that link right back in there for you, though, brother. So there you go. That link is right back in the house for you. Right back in the house for you. Bill was at the fight. Devin going to try for that belt with the A. Go ahead, dog. Ness, I can't super chat. Only Cash Apps. Only Cash Apps for a while. If you're supporting the Cash App, it goes a long way towards supporting the channel. But you have to a shy 305. It's got to be Cash App or PayPal. And if you look at the pinned comment up top or right here, I would prefer you go to the link though, so nobody can sneak you. Because somebody is out there trying to sneak people on that. There's no one at the end of Fanon, I-N-T. There's no, it's not Fanon, F-A-N-N-O-N-I-N-T. There is no one there. What's going on, Mr. I'm just going to say Mr. COX. What's going on? He who agrees to fire. From what I saw last night, without boxing, I mean, who knows, man? Look, like I said, I don't really care what he does, honestly. And if that means he's going to go over there and do it, cool. But guess what? You're going to sign a deal for that. I never liked that Regis Prograis even went over there and signed with him. Like, this is what you get for messing with Eddie Hearn, man. No joke, bro. Hey, Stone Alone in the building with the $5 holler, brother. Thank you, man. Much love in that Cash App, brother. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, dog. That's what you get. Put you in there with that boo-boo ass dude, bro, who didn't want to fight. Antoine. Okay, that's what's up. Okay, it is Antoine, but it isn't spelled like Antoine. All right, hey, what's going on, Antoine? Antoine Cox in the building. What's going on, brother? Glenn G said is no. Glenn G, no, it is not a bigger fight than Mayweather-Pacquiao. That is the easiest question of the day to answer. Is Spence Crawford a bigger fight than Mayweather-Pacquiao fight was? No, it is not. Absolutely, positively, no way. No, it is probably a big, it's hopefully it'll be as big as the fight that took place between Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Chito Trinidad. What's going on, Kamal?
Hey, Fanon, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can, sir.
Yeah, corporate media is trying to silence me. I'm their #1 target, as you know.
Don't let them get you, man. Don't let them get you.
Hey, we got to be careful again about strong language and people having recency bias. What is recency bias? It's everything that is happening right now is better than it was in the past. Spence Crawford is not bigger than Oscar versus Tito. It's not even close to Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Hey, but it doesn't matter in the end how many pay-per-views they sell, because we're going to buy it. We're going to support that great fight. So just do what Errol said. Errol talked about in numerous interviews how hard it was to negotiate with Crawford after he left Bob Arum. Errol said, I ain't betting him any money because I gave him millions to make this fight, because he was dragging and screaming and whining and complaining, and he didn't want to make the fight. So we got to salute Errol Spence for making the fight. We can't put unrealistic expectations on the fight and say, hey, it's going to do more. It's bigger than Oscar and Tito. No, Oscar Tito had the Mexico, Puerto Rico thing. Both guys were established by corporate media. Oscar was, at the Playboy Mansion. There are all kinds of stories about him from the Olympics. That doesn't matter, man. We got us a good fight. That's the focus we got to be on.
It could
Go
be.
ahead.
They did 1.4. So I'm saying it could be. It could be near
that. Yeah, it could be. It could be. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna say it won't be, but I'm gonna say it doesn't matter, because in the end we get a good matchup. Let's not go into the fight with these unrealistic expectations, because people already, it's associated with PPC. We know corporate media is gonna come out against them anyway. Rick Glazer's probably gonna run hit pieces on Twitter saying it did 50,000. When he's just a hypocrite. So don't even focus on the amount of numbers. But it's not, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if it did less than Tank versus Ryan. But that doesn't take away from the significance of the event. So that's what our focus should be on, the significance of the event. So what I was going to say, Fanon, is it's no surprise that Canelo is chasing Jermell Charlo right now, because the guy's been a vulture his whole career. He sought to be a Goliath facing Davids. What does that mean? He sought to be the bigger guy facing smaller guys. And when he's been the smaller guy, he's put ridiculous weight stipulations and rehydration clauses on him, like he did against Kovalev, fighting these guys with short camps like he did against Caleb Smith. So to finally fight Jermell Charlo, when the whole fight world, including Badu Jack, is saying, fight Benavidez, Floyd says Canelo's been ducking Benavidez. That's the fight that makes most sense. But of course, Canelo and his team at this point in time do not appear interested in fighting Benavidez and appear to be targeting Jermell Charlo, who's had his personal problems and who's been ring rusty. I will say this, if that fight comes to fruition, I wouldn't be surprised if we got some conditions, because Canelo's conditions and his stipulations and his contracts, he's got more than a prenup with J-Lo. Okay, I'm telling you. He's probably got Jermell Charlo. He'll have him in the fight, rehydrate with prune juice instead of water. He'll probably say, you got to leave Ronnie Shields. He can't be your trainer. You got to rehydrate. You got to train with Homie the Clown, a bird flying over a lady with big breasts. He'll probably have some crazy conditions on Jermell Charlo. And last thing I want to say, Fanon, is corporate media is silent on the hypocrisy, the xenophobia, and the bias going on with Beterbiev and Bivol. And why are they silent? Because it doesn't involve Al Haymon. If Al Haymon were somehow involved in preventing undisputed 175, then they would be all over him. But Bivol did several interviews, and he says he's being held to account for something that's beyond his control. And I 100% agree with him. Sports is supposed to be devoid of politics. And corporate media is silent about Arum saying he's going to block Beterbiev and Bivol, and he agrees with the WBC. The same Bob Arum that before the Ukraine war even kicked off, he said he called Bivol boring, and he had said he didn't want to see undisputed. They are angry with Bivol for exposing Canelo as a good fighter, not as the great fighter they said he was. They are angry with Bivol for threatening to go down to 168 and debo Canelo's titles and take all those titles and be undisputed at 168, and exposing him once again as the emperor with no clothes. They are angry with that. So the WBC said, no, because of the stupid Ukraine war, which has nothing to do with Bivol, a guy who lives in Southern California, who has dual citizenship, just like Beterbiev, we won't let you go down to 168 and fight Canelo and be undisputed. And Canelo doesn't want Bivol to expose him further as the emperor without any clothes and do away with his excuses of it was weight, I was injured. That's why he never really was interested in the rematch. And if it was really a weight issue, why are you trying to fight? Why did you want to fight Badu Jack or MacBook Air at a higher weight class than Bivol? So what they did is the WBC didn't want to get any additional criticism, so they blocked Beterbiev and Bivol using faulty logic. It's all BS. It's all politics. And you know what? Corporate media is silent on it, because if Al Haymon were somehow involved in this, they would be writing hit piece after hit piece after hit piece. So it's further exposing their agendas. And the only channels that are talking about this on YouTube, Fanon, are channels like yours, certain people in the LDBC, and other channels. Corporate channels, corporate aligned media channels are not covering this hypocrisy. All right, Fanon, that's out. I'm good.
All right, brother. Oh, by the way, real quick, shout out to my guy Rick Timms. But let's give a 10 count for Big Pokey. Houston rapper, Big Pokey. Rest in peace. On, let me continue on. What's going on, Hunter on the Hunt? Let me continue on with what Kamal Oz was talking about. As far as what's going on with thank you for that. He meant a lot to us down here. Hey man, I can understand that, man. Shout out. A boxing judge died today too. Look, if somebody has a loved one, somebody that has somebody in their community that passes away, whenever you let me know, we give them the 10 count. There's a lot of people that died yesterday. A lot. I'm sure thousands and thousands and thousands of people died yesterday. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people die every day. That's part of life. Finally out here in Africa, been out here a week. That's what's up, Hunter on the Hunt. But look, I want to get on about what he said, about what Kamal Oz said. Tori Wells in the building. Thank you. Said happy Father's Day for the unk of this boxing talk. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Look, what Canelo did for me was expose us exact. Kamal Oz is telling the truth. Yesterday, it came out. It had already come out before that Canelo Alvarez was trying to fight Badou Jack, and that he wanted Badou Jack to fight for the cruiserweight title. I had heard around 175. Badou Jack says it was 180. So for people that don't know, the cruiserweight limit is 200 pounds. So he wanted him to drain down 20 pounds below the cruiserweight, below cruiserweight, and then turn around and call himself a cruiserweight champion. That is a catch weight. And I'm saying this because I'm going to relate this to Gervonta Davis. That's a catch weight. Gervonta saying we're going to fight at 135, I'm going to give you an extra pound is not the same thing. Even though you use the same word, do you see how dramatically different they are? Where Canelo is saying to Badou Jack, I will fight you for your title, your 100 and your 200-pound title. Technically speaking, it is cruiserweight because you go from 175 limit, which is light heavyweight, to cruiserweight, which the limit is 200. So, but I want you to weigh in for your title at 180 pounds. And then he wanted a rehydration clause. Rodzilla Jones said, YouTube wasn't even showing me that you were live for me. Fanon, shake my head. Hey, man, that sucks. Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate you. Always check the channel, man. Just go straight to the channel. Stone Alone. I think I got my guy Stone Alone, but brother, thank you, Stone Alone, for that support, bro. Stone Alone in the building. Let me get that going for Stone Alone in case I miss you. That is, so when everybody was talking about Gervonta Davis and his catch weight, that's what I was meaning. That's what I mean. Gervonta Davis was fighting for, he was going to fight Ryan Garcia at 135 for his 135-pound title. And Ryan Garcia wanted an extra pound. He said he couldn't fight at that. He wanted to come in at 136. It was not a scenario like Canelo, where Gervonta said, fight me at 136 because we're fighting for Ryan Garcia's 140-pound championship. But for some strange reason, People couldn't figure that out. And they acted like it was the same thing. They acted like it was the same thing. Canelo Alvarez is a fraud. Or should I say this? Eddie Reynoso is a fraud. Eddie Reynoso is the one out there playing games with that. And I'm glad that Badu Jack turned him down. It's like, no. He said, how about you go fight David Benavidez for your belts? You want to drain me down to 180 and then put a rehydration clause on me too? To fight for a cruiserweight title so you can act like you did something. Oh, I'm a cruiserweight champion, just like Evander Holyfield. I'm a cruiserweight champion, just like Evander Holyfield. Come on, man. It's not the same thing, man. What's going on, Mo City Menace? I ain't seen Mo City Menace in a minute on the Instagram. Yeah, I appreciate him not doing that, man. I thought that was, I think that's what's up. And people act like Canelo and Tank are the same. Exactly. It's nothing, that's nothing like one another. But here's the link for the Canelo fans. It's literally nothing like that. It's literally nothing like it, man. Canelo trying to be an 8 division champ by fighting everybody at 168. That man did not allow. He's taking people's trainers away from him. The WBC literally increased the amount of Clenbuterol a man is able to take. Like, it's just on another planet what they do with Canelo Alvarez. And that's why back to the Errol Spence Terrence Crawford fight, back to the Gervonta Davis Ryan Garcia fight, and whatever other fights can be made. Now, obviously, Terrence Crawford is tripping, calling it the Terrence Crawford era. Like, who in the world? Like, dude, what are you talking about? One fight does not make it your era. Like, this is gonna make it we're in the Terrence dog. No, you're not in no Terrence Crawford era. An era is a grip of time, bro, with a bunch of fights that people want to see you fight. You about to give somebody one and then claim an era. Nah, man, not buying it. If you get one, it doesn't become the Errol Spence era by beating Terrence Crawford. Like, they may be the era for your family. Like, this is the time where Terrence Crawford was really taking care of our family. Ooh, what good years when Terrence Crawford was making that money. Like that, maybe. For Omaha, Nebraska boxing fans, maybe. Rick Tim said, Fanon, this is why Canelo to me will always trump Bud as the worst duck in boxing. There's no comparison, not even. Oh, yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I think we can agree on that. We can agree on that. What's going on? Rollo in the building said, what's up? Keep up the great work. Shouts out from DC. Thank you, brother. What's going on, man? Thank you for that love and that cash app, brother. Thank you, man. Fanon, you need to make a video on that Canelo stuff so I can send it to my friends who are Canelo fans. I already did. It's already up. How about y'all watch the videos? Here, I'll help you. Here, no worries. I will help you. Because I had already done it. I did it in this. I detail it here. It's a little earlier. But here. It's the link. I did it right there. I talk about it there before. This is before Badu Jack verified what I said, though. Because I thought it was at a little bit lower weight. But yeah, it's right there. All that stuff about Badu Jack is right there. Who you got, Canelo or Jermell? I don't know. Canelo's washed. I don't even care. Dude, I don't care how long Jermell Charlo's been out. He has a chance to beat him because Canelo Alvarez is washed. They feel it's about to be, they about to be there. Man, look, all of your Canelo Alvarez fans, he's a fraud. That boy is a fraud, and he looked bad against Gennady Golovkin. That man had all he could handle against Gennady Golovkin, and Gennady Golovkin's like 50. So I don't care how long Jermell Charlo's been out. Jermell Charlo's going to be problems for Canelo. There's going to be problems for him. It may be the best time for him to fight Jermell because Jermell's not fresh, hasn't been active and all of that. But still, I don't care. Depends on the stipulations. I don't care what the stipulations are. Because Jermell Charlo can make 160. Jermell can make 160. Canelo probably can't make 160. Canelo got all that muscle up on him, man. He got all them computerol muscles. Canelo can't weight drain Jermell because Jermell can make 160. Fanon, is GG officially retired? He dropped all his belts. I don't think he's officially retired. He's probably sitting around there waiting for Canelo Alvarez to give him the fourth fight. Like, waiting for him to get the fourth fight. But no, man, Canelo Alvarez has just ruined this is his legacy. This is what happens when you talk about all that legacy. This is what you talk about when you talk about all that legacy stuff. You trying to do things for legacy. You're trying to do things that make it look big. Oh, I'm going to be a cruiserweight champion. Oh, let's try to go get the cruiserweight championship. They didn't say anything about Makabu having to come down to 180. But Badu Jack, oh, you beat Makabu. Ooh, let's bring you down to 180 for your belt. Yeah, let's do that one. Why are you even doing that garbage? You're the undisputed champion at 168 pounds. Fight David Benavidez. Fight David Morrell. Fight Demetrius Andrade. Dog, you're running out. You're out of places to run. You're out of places to go, Eddie. You're out of places to go, man. The gig is up. And the gig was up with Bivol. You're not some killer at 168. You're not some killer that can go up to 175 and dominate everybody and go up to cruiserweight and dominate everybody. You're putting on a charade. You beat Sergey Kovalev, who had already been knocked out 2 times, slapped a rehydration clause on him to boot. Gave him short notice, all of that stuff. James hit the link. You're a coward. You're a coward. Hit the link right there. Oh, actually, that's not the link. That's the video that I did that people say I didn't do a video on. And I'm telling y'all, watch the videos. Bingo. Right there, James. Right there. Right there, RuPaul. Come on back, RuPaul. The amount of trolling is insane. Yeah, but the amount of link clicking is minimal. That's why I put that link there. So any and everybody that may be listening to them trolls realize that those dudes don't hit links. Most of them are the same person. Most of them are the same 1, 2 people, 3 people that just talk. But they won't talk. Right here. I'm telling you, BFTB can get smoke all the time. All the time. Anytime and every time. KO Boxing can get trolls every time. Every time. Easy money. All the time. Easy time. I can get nothing. Y'all just bump your lips from over there. Skills from New Orleans in the building. Salute to the highest. Yes, sir, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Salute at the highest level. Salute at the highest level. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Make sure I read that all the time. Yeah, BFTB gets all the smoke. I get no smoke. There's a reason. I put it on Twitter yesterday. It's all comers today. You get RuPaul jumping up there with dumbness. But anyway, that was a good little warm-up. RuPaul hit the link again. Hey, MJ said, what does your shirt say? It says trophy husband. Premium quality. Trophy husband, premium quality. Pause, nothing, man. RuPaul, come back up here and get the smoke, man. Come on, man. Let me beat you up again. You're gonna get one of these days stop putting words in my mouth because you're gonna fail right there. It's a nice shirt. Yeah, my wife bought me this. Because I am that. I am a trophy husband. I am. I'm a good husband. I try my best to be one. Haven't always been the best one. But hey, man, at this point in time, hey, that's one of them weekend shirts. Got several of them. Yeah, man, it's a weekday shirt for me. Dang, all near. I'm in a phase of my life where I wear t-shirts all the time. Now I just got to get rid of this weight so that I can fit some of the t-shirts that I really like wearing and they can look better on me. No joke. BFTB gets all the smoke. Fighters up and down to ops. Regis, a great example. Fighters fight up and down to opponents. Regis is a good example. Look, I just think that guy ran for his. I just didn't like it. What's going on, Ultraman? Hey, you getting to though a bit more than a trophy? A bit more than a trophy. Hey, that's why I'm a trophy husband. I take care of my family. That's the key. I take care of my family. I will tell you that. That is my goal in life. And don't feel comfortable if I can't do it. That's goal number 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm trying to get in better shape so I can be a little better looking. But I take care of my family. Zena 360 said, I'm jealous, Fanon. I wish I could wear t-shirts every day. I'll be happy when I'm at a place when I can work remotely every day. Yeah, I've been working remotely, though, for I've been working remotely for 17 years. So I've been working remotely for 17 years. Yes, sir. MJ looked like it was a knockdown. Regis got knocked down. He ran from Regis, and one of the judges is suspect. I mean, look, dude, Regis Prograis did get knocked down. I thought that was legitimate, and there were some good punches. There were some solid shots that were landed. He said, "I've been remote for 6 years." Yeah, man, it's something to get used to. Being remote is something to get used to. But I think that's going to be more the way of the world because it's easier to do now. It's easier to do now because people don't want businesses don't want the overhead of that office. It's got to be killing downtown areas. Hey, IJ in the building said, good to see you, brother. Thank you, man, for that support, man. Appreciate you. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I just thought Regis looked too amped up. I thought he looked overly amped up at the weigh-in. He was doing too much. He was really agitated. He was just wanting to kill a dude. But at the end of the day, man, it looked like it was a good crowd for him there. It's just unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, though. It's just unfortunate that the guy didn't want to engage, and the guy wanted to make it a stinker, and preferred not to get knocked out. Even though, who wants to get knocked out? Because the first time he got hit cleanly, he got knocked down. You think Tim and Jermell is 50-50? Hell no. Man, Jermell Charlo is going to, unless there's something that I'm missing, and I could be missing something, Jermell Charlo is going to beat up Tszyu. Man, I think Tszyu is tailor-made for Jermell. Let me repeat this. I think Tszyu is tailor-made for Jermell. And the more knockouts he gets, the worse it's going to be on him. Jermell Charlo can jab, can jab and counter that dude all day. Heck no. He's going to run right behind him. He's going to run right at him. And Jermell Charlo is going to catch him with something huge. A lot. You know what I'm saying? He's going to catch him with something huge. A lot. Tszyu does not have good defense. And he's very, very aggressive. And he's relying on his power against a guy that punches just as hard as he does, if not harder than he does. So good luck walking into that. No, dude, I don't believe him. That's what I'm telling you. I don't believe Tszyu. Not against Jermell. Dude, Jermell's a better fighter. That's what I think. I'm not convinced, man. I'm not convinced. And he comes forward. He's looking to throw bombs. He's like a highlight reel fighter, but he takes a lot of punches. He's the type of guy that's going to take 2 to give 1. I don't think that's going to work with Jermell. Jermell can just outbox him. And Jermell can literally just outbox him. Just jab him, straight right to the body, uppercuts, slip the big shots that Tszyu trying to land and land his own big shots. He's going to get hit here and there. You know what I mean? Just, oh no, man, I don't see 50-50. No. If you hang your hats on inactivity, like you're hanging your hat on inactivity, no. And plus, Jermell Charlo's been in the bigger fights. Tszyu's yet to be in a big fight. Tszyu has not had a championship fight yet. No, I'm not, no. And I'm going to tell you true, I don't think Tszyu's going to beat, I don't think, right now I'll take Jaron Ennis over Tszyu. To me, I think Tszyu is like Roman Villa. A little bit better than Roman Villa. Coach Ari in the building. Oh, you froze up, Coach Ari. You froze up, Coach Ari. You got to come in again. I'm going to kick you so you can come back in. Because your connection, you must be driving. And I can't wait to hear what you thought about the fight. Here's the link. Oh, yeah, Tim put the link right back in there. Thank you. I agree with you, Fanon. I agree with you, Fanon. Jermell only has problems with good boxers. Dude, what happened to your boy, Jason Rosario? Jason Rosario was a killer, wasn't he? Got put up out of there. Dude, you fighting a guy that is a very big, very sharp puncher, very big puncher in Jermell Charlo, and very, very, very experienced. So no, man, I'm not tripping on that. And he's been in consecutive, and plus he sees you fight now. Knows what you want to do. And that wasn't a lot of rounds. That was one round. I don't really consider that's a training camp. He really just had a training camp in one fight. It's not like he had that fight against Tony Harrison, which is a good win. Tony Harrison's a good win for anybody. Fact, Zenith. What is that? Hey, I don't see anybody beating Boots. I think it's going to be tough, but you know what they say. Boots has now been exposed because Karen Kukadajian ran all over the ring and gave him the fight. Because you're looking for a knockout. I get it. At the same time, I'm not overestimating it. The guy won the fight. It's not like Regis Prograis was out there getting pieced up. Like he was standing there, like he was standing right in front of the dude. The guy was stepping up there, hitting him with 3-4 punch combinations, slipping and getting out, keeping a jab in his face like boop, 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 swelling his eye. He wasn't doing all of that with Regis. He was just standing there. He stood, he kept his range. He's tried to stay out of range as often as we possibly could. And he stayed out of range. And he got a knockdown, though. Fanon, didn't Tim get dropped before? I think he did. I can't recall who dropped him, though. But I can't recall it, MJ the Greatest. I can't recall. Somebody else would probably be a little bit better with that. I can't remember if he did or if he didn't. Kamal said Tim Tszyu is a good fighter. Jermell is the favorite. Jermell should get full credit if he wins. Let's not discount Tim because corporate media will do so afterwards. I'm not discounting him. I'm just telling you I don't know about him. Oh, Gauchard dropped him. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just telling you. He's fighting over there in Australia. The dude went from Mexico to Australia. Tim Tszyu seems to be a good, strong fighter. He's a very big guy. Could probably going to wind up fighting at like 168. He's a big dude. He's a big dude fighting guys that are probably not as big as him either. You know, like it definitely in the case of the 147-pound Carlos Ocampo, I'm just not taking too much out of Carlos Ocampo, man. Carlos Ocampo looked terrible. Just winging shots at him. I'm not selling that. I'm not betting the house off that fight. Coach Ari in the building. What's going on, Coach Ari?
Hey, everybody. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you. And that's your child in the back. Hello, sir.
and my cameraman is holding the phone for me. I was trying to get on my husband's phone because mine was acting up. But we went to Lake Pontchartrain. We ate at Laundry's, seafood on the water. Man, 20 out of 10. 20 out of 10.
Totally.
Better than anything we had in like the city. Like, oh my goodness, glad we listened to you. Then the fight last night, we got there early because I feel like casual fans just come for the main event, and we were there for all of the events. Like, you know what I mean? If you're going to be there, then you want to watch up and coming people. You want to see everybody that's on that card. So it was really good that he put a lot of people on from his city. It was a lot of people from New Orleans on the card. It was just underwhelming as a main event. I'm glad we went for the whole fight because all of the undercards were better than the main event, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
You know, they were doing a lot of like following people around. Like, I felt like Zorilla was doing a lot of just trying to run around in circles, and he wasn't actually making any clean and effective punches. He wasn't really doing anything. And the boos from the audience were crazy because you got to realize, like, with Regis being from the city, he's carrying the weight of that city. So there's that added pressure to perform in your hometown. He even said it at the end because I was telling my husband, I was like, man, the weight of this fight is big for him. And he said at the end, he said, it's different being home. You know, it's easier for me to fight in another city. And you could see it in the fight yesterday. So, yeah, it was not enough action for me. You know, it wasn't enough movement, you know. And when he did get in there with the flurries, he was getting a little too crazy. It just seemed like he was overly hyped and he wasn't like paying attention to what he was doing. He's like, oh, I got him. And it was like a blur of punches. And then, oh, I'm out again because now I got to chase him around the ring. So a little underwhelming for us. Well, for me. And then I just felt like I'm glad I saw the undercards because they were great fights. And we're still big Regis fans. Like, we'll go see him again. I just feel like it wasn't enough. Zorilla wasn't giving him enough, you know, for him to go off of. So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Who was the best undercard? What was the best undercard fight?
So my favorite was the Baton Rouge versus Louisiana because the amount of people in the dome made that fight even better. Because it was like, oh, he from Louisiana, he from New Orleans, like he's gonna get him. And Baton Rouge was on the other side. It made the fight just fun to watch. You know, being in the audience is a little bit different than being at home when we're sideline coaching from our couches. So It was really great. The techniques were awesome. He got knocked out, like that was it. And my son was like, that's not a technical knockout. He was knocked out. That was a real knockout. He's like, why did they say TKO? And it was a good point that he made. It was like, how is that a technical knockout? He was not getting up. So I like that fight the most. The women fighters were pretty good. The lady who was from, what do they call her, India? The one who was from
Ali.
New Orleans. Yes. She wasn't actually paying attention. It looks like she was looking at that lady's stomach and fighting her stomach the entire time. And I understand, the height difference and everything else, but she was just, she wasn't being clean and effective at all. I knew she lost, and we didn't want to say it out loud because it was like family members in the audience and T-shirts and stuff like that. But yeah, we called that fight at the beginning. So, but it was fun. So I'm glad I was able to hop on today, and I wish everybody in the chat happy Father's Day. Wishing you a happy Father's Day, and it's good to hear you, on the road again.
That's good. Hey, but you like the food, huh? That was that was
Man. And we went to Mother's this morning for Father's Day.
Oh yeah, that's
so. Oh man, that biscuit! I wasn't even supposed to eat it, but I had a nice little chunk of it.
Yeah, Mother's is good. Yeah, Mother's is really good.
Yeah. So yeah, it was good. Well, thanks for letting me hop on and talk some boxing.
No doubt. Hey, and have a nice drive. Have a safe drive home.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Peace.
Bye. Hit leave.
Yeah. Hey, I try to tell y'all about that food out there on Lake Pontchartrain. That's where you go to eat out on Lake Pontchartrain. Al Heyman, where to go? A happy Father's Day to your Thomas Hillspeth to Coach Ari. Happy Father's Day to your husband, Coach Ari. Glad you enjoyed yourself. Yeah. Just renewed my DAZN account just to end up seeing that snooze fest. Yeah, that's why DAZN, man, look, man, it is what it is with that fight. It is what it is. Unfortunate that the Rougarou couldn't have been in a situation where he really shined in front of his hometown, but I have a suspicion that's good that the rest of the card had a lot of people enjoying it, and the other fighters there, that's good to hear, because I love that fight was in New Orleans. I hate that I couldn't get there, and really wanted to go there, man, and may go to some of if he fights there again, I'll go back there again. But looked like it was a good crowd, looked like people were interested in the fight. Devin Haney should go. If Devin Haney moves up there, they should go fight in New Orleans. They should go fight in New Orleans. That shit ain't gonna be pay-per-view. Hey, my guy, what's going on? Mr. McDonald said, happy Father's Day to you and the fathers in the chat. Thank you for that support, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate you greatly, 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 greatly. Thank you. Let me give you that gong for the support. Thank you. Regis is probably next for Haney after that showing. I mean, look, make up your mind, whatever. Drop them belts, though. Keep them pushing. He going to look bad against Regis. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, out there trying to scout. Al Heyman is a genius. Signed Tim, brought him stateside, up the level of competition, kept him active with the Mel injury. Now Mel Tszyu is a bigger fight with a lot of hype. Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. It is a big fight. Tim Tszyu and Jermell Charles got to be careful with Tim Tszyu. You can have a RuPaul judge. RuPaul may be a judge, so you got to be careful. He's gonna have to be careful with him. But I think more than likely Tim Tszyu is gonna get stopped. That's what I think. Tim Tszyu is gonna have a hard time with that dude. But Jermell Charles lost decisions. He lost a decision to Tony Harrison. But Tony Harrison is somebody that was boxing him, long boxing him. You got to be careful with Tim Tszyu. But he also had to make sure he was in shape coming off that injury. I'll be surprised if he don't get a fight, like, he doesn't get a fight in between. Coming off that injury, you got to jump right in there with that dude. But these guys have been taking them layoffs, man. Yeah, I know Devin will look terrible against Regis. He's a southpaw and he can punch. Well, man, if I'm telling you right now, like anybody that wants to fight like that, like Karen Kukadajian did, dude, I don't care who it is, whatever fighter, you're going to stink the place up, but you're not going to win. If your recipe is to stink the place up, then okay, you're still going to lose. Like, Zorilla didn't get knocked out. Only thing he's going home with is he's going home with a moral victory. He can sit up there and say, well, oh no, I think I won the fight. You never tried to fight the man. It is a fight at the end of the day. It is a fight at the end of the day. And you're not trying to win it. How are judges going to miss that? He said Omaha. Regis waits too long to win against Haney. Haney will win with his jab. We'll see. If he fights him, we'll see. We'll see. He was supposed to dominate Vasily Lomachenko with his jab. He was supposed to dominate Vasily Lomachenko. I'll give Devin Haney the edge, though, in the fight. Jason Torres said Omaha, man, Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha, Nebraska, hit the link. But I still got Jermell winning the fight. I don't have Devin Haney fighting that dude, man. I don't think he's gonna fight that dude, man. I don't see it. As you should, brother. What is that? Razilla? As I should what? As I should what? I'm still dumbfounded. I'm truly dumbfounded. I think Devin will beat Regis rather easily. Regis is slow. He ain't slow. He backs out with his hands at his chest. I think Tank could step to 140 and put Regis to sleep. You got to be careful with Regis. No, don't be lunching on Regis. Okay? Y'all think go ahead and fight him. Go ahead. Go ahead and fight him. Go ahead and fight him. You're going to be surprised how easy Spence beats Crawford. Look, man, if Crawford fights like Zorilla, I'm going to be so disappointed if he fights like Zorilla. Is it Zorilla or Zorilla? Zorilla. If he fights like Zorilla, I'm going to be so disappointed. So disappointed if he fights like that. So disappointed. That Creole strength hits different, but I still got Devin over Regis. Look, I want to get on that, how Zorilla fought. If Terrence Crawford fights like Zorilla, I'm going to be so disappointed. So disappointed. Because when I was watching it, I was thinking about what Regis Prograis said. I was thinking about what Gary Russell Jr. said and how Terrence Crawford will win the fight. And that looks pretty much like it. That looks pretty much like what Gary Russell said that he needs to do to beat him. He needs to be in 15-round shape, never get tired, keep moving, never set his feet. If he gets close, grab him. You know what I mean? Pop the jab, land the jab. That sounded like what Gary Russell Jr. said he needed to do to win. Man, Jermell Charlo ain't in no trouble. Man, Jermell Charlo ain't in no trouble with no Tszyu. We'll see if I'm wrong. Let me look. I don't believe it. No, I don't believe it. Don't believe it. Hey, what's going on? Aaron Muhammad says, salute Fanon and happy Father's Day to you, brother. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Yes, sir. D1, I think that's what kind of a boxer is going to see on July 29th. I wouldn't want a broken rib cage and messed up eyes. I'd be sticking and moving from the outside. Then people are going to be really upset. People are going to be really upset, and Bud's going to lose the fight. And people are going to be, you can't cut off the ring, and you couldn't sit there and fight. To me, it's both sides of it. One guy couldn't cut off the ring. The other guy refused. The other guy couldn't fight. Wouldn't fight him. That was a knockdown, was it not? Yes, it was a knockdown in the second round. Yes, it was. It was a knockdown. And there was another knockdown for Regis Prograis, which canceled that out. DH landed a record low jabs against Diaz and Loma. That's why his stats as best jabber in the sport went down. I've never understood why people said he's the best jabber in the sport. That Devin Haney has the best jab in the sport. I don't think Devin Haney has the best anything in the sport. That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot to say that you have the best of anything. Of all the fighters, you got the best. His jab is better than Errol's. I don't think so. It may be as good. Hey, man, y'all hit that like button. There's a lot of ducks out there, too. You got that right. Will Wright said 511 watching, only 298 likes. Hit the like button and stop ducking the link. It should be easy for somebody to grab them belts off him then. Off who? Off of Regis? Yeah, go get him. We'll see how easy it is. We'll see in the next fight how easy it is. We'll also see how easy it is coming up on July 19th. We'll see how easy it is on July 19th. Hey, my guy, Eugene, thank you, brother. He said, if Devin fights Regis, you better get a pork chop. He's going to be moving and moving and moving and moving and moving. That'd be a terribly boring fight. He'll fight him because I haven't seen Devin fight like that in a while. On a bicycle like that. Much love. Thank you, brother, for that support, man. On Father's Day love. Thank you, brother. To my guy, Eugene, let me give you that gong, man. That man said, thank you, brother. Hey, pray it. Thank you, man. Coach, thank you, Eugene. Thank you for the support. Thank you, Coach Ari and the Eugene/Ari family. Devin needs to focus on, hey, look, dude. Look, man. That's the only fight he really needs to take. He needs to take that fight, man. Like, he needs to set that right, dog. Get his shine back. He needs to get his shine back. I don't think that, let me tell you, I got to be fair, too. I don't think Terrence Crawford does anything better than everybody in boxing. I don't know. Only thing that I think Errol may do better than every single thing that Errol may do better than everybody in boxing is his body attack. I think his body attack is about the only thing that I would say is better than everybody. Deontay Wilder does one thing better than everybody. He will absolutely decapitate you with a right hand. He has the best right hand for sure in boxing. For sure, the best. I don't think Bud is the best switch hitter in boxing. He doesn't switch. He's a southpaw. That is like super overrated, bro. And super overrated in that. He doesn't switch that much. He's a southpaw. How many times does he switch? It's a southpaw. Been fighting the southpaw. Most of 90% of his fight, 99% of his fight is in the southpaw position. I can't recall seeing him fight a full round in the orthodox position in a long time. That man is going to more than likely coming out there with Errol in the orthodox position, in the southpaw position, excuse me. I just don't see him switch that much. I see him as a southpaw the vast majority of the time. Spence can't beat a boxer with good hand speed and moves like Bud. Easy win for Crawford. Have you seen him fight somebody like that, Anthony Coins? Who have you seen Errol? Who have you seen Errol Spence? What have you seen a boxer that Errol Spence Jr. has had problems with? For you to base that on. So if you've not seen that, you guessing? Are you just thinking that he probably does? Okay. All of them? You're just talking, huh? You're just out here bumping your lips, huh? You're not serious, huh? Your account created today? Is that what we're dealing with? Is that what we're dealing with? Let me see. Anthony Coins, you got coins on your channel. So no, you didn't just make that up. Yeah, exactly. I checked him now. I checked him. He's not he didn't fake it. He's a real person that is just talking though. Most fighters he fought were standing in front of him. What does that have to do with anything? How does that mean any? What does that mean? Most fighters that he fought were standing in front of him. How does that mean? How do you get from that he can't fight somebody that moves? Kell Brook was not standing in front of him. Kell Brook wasn't standing in front of him. Ugas didn't stand in front of him. Errol moved. And Errol didn't stand in front of him either. He moved. If you mean that garbage you saw last night, bouncing around, running all over the place, thank God nobody's done that. They were trying to win the fight. I don't know if you mean like what Karen Kukadajian did and what what's that dude's name again? God, I want to forget it. Zorilla did. Then you mean there's guys that aren't trying to win the fight and are trying to be cute. Ugas was a statue. He was a statue. Really? Just stood there, huh? Didn't move his feet at all. Okay. What was David Avanesyan? What was Terrence Crawford with David Avanesyan? What was Terrence Crawford with David Avanesyan? What was Terrence Crawford with Sean Porter? Where was he the entire fight? Right in front of them. He was right in front of them. But what is that? How does that say that he cannot fight? Dude, click the link or I'm blocking you clowns. I'm not going to have one-on-one conversations with you people. Hit the link or shut up. I'm going to throw you out. And I mean it. Click the link. It's now 11. It's noon in New York. You're awake. Hit the link and explain to me how that means the same. What does that mean? Click the link, idiot. I'm being very objective. Click the link. Can't be objective because I don't agree with you that Errol can't fight people that move around. What is Chris Algieri? And what is Chris Van Heerden? They both moved a lot. What's your excuse for them?
No way, bro.
Markel Thomas, what's up? What's your excuse for them?
You talking about Sean Porter, bro?
Markel Thomas, what's up? Can you hit mute so I don't have to hear myself speak?
You talking about Sean Porter, bro?
Markel Thomas, what's up? Can you hit mute so I don't have to hear myself?
Can you hear me, man?
I can hear myself 3 times. Can you mute YouTube? Now, you're talking about Sean Porter. What do you mean I'm talking about Sean Porter? Now you must have muted yourself. You have a StreamYard that's up, and you have your YouTube page that is up. Just mute your YouTube page, so I don't have to hear the echo. Are you going to come back? I don't mind talking to you. I'm right here. Let me give you the link again. He ain't got to show his face. I don't need to see these people's faces. If I hear your voice, it's enough for me to hear your voice. I don't need to see your face. Don't need to see your face. Not necessary. But I do need you to jump back on. You talking about Sean Porter? Yeah. First of all, I don't remember talking about Sean Porter. I mentioned Sean Porter, but whatever. I'll wait. You're here often, so the link is in the chat. I think people getting confused about the feedback from YouTube. Whenever you have feedback from YouTube, all you have to do is mute your YouTube page. If I do this, and I have, see, so eventually you're going to start hearing an echo in the background. See, because I have my actual YouTube page open, and I have StreamYard open. That's why you hear it. I'll tell you that ahead of time. So all you need to do is you mute your YouTube page, and you will no longer hear that. Now, Mr. Markle, put in a comment in the comment section if you chickened out. It's okay if you went away. That link is right there. Fanon, what's good, boxing chat and Fanon? Hope all is well. What's going on, Mr. M Pride? Always good to see you, man. Ajay in the building. What's going on, sir? Hey, thank you for that support. But anyway, no. So let me continue my points on that. The fact that Errol Spence Jr. beat up somebody that you thought was standing in front of him voluntarily does not mean that he cannot beat somebody that moves. Does anybody want to talk about that? Like I said, I'm right here. Maybe you left because you understood the error of your ways quickly. Maybe. Kamal said, ain't nothing like Bud fanboys criticizing Errol's far superior resume. Fanon, hey man, look, I'm okay on the resume conversation. That's a bunch of opinion. You know what I mean? Like, if you think the guy is like he has better wins against the same people, even though it happened years later, okay. I mean, that's how you that's your value. That's how you value things. That's your value system. Zaria looked heavy around the waist, but it didn't show the way he ran. Yeah, I'm kind of let's drop that. Let's drop that topic. There ain't too much to say. Regis Prograis did not look good in that fight. Zaria looked terrible. Absolutely terrible. Like, please, trust me. Next fight that he's on, dog, I am not watching. Like, that was just, I thought, man, God, dog, I don't ever want to see this guy fight again. Like, I don't want to see Zorilla fight again. I mean, I don't want to see Kukadajian fight again on a card. Like, you just guarantee that you're not coming back. That's the fight I wanted, Josh Riley, that press conference. I'm not sure what you're talking about. So let me move forward. Yeah, get them likes up. But I'm waiting on you, man. You can tell me if you're going to come back or not. I hope nobody blocked you. It's amazing how dude just jumped up out of there like that. I thought that was going to be a good one. But no, man, just because that's what I was saying too, Fanon. What are you talking about? What did Broner say about Regis? He said AB called out Regis. He called AB. That's the fight. That's the fight right there. That's the fight right there, dog. That's the fight right there. Get a Don King. Get the money. Have it in New Orleans, man. Have it in New Orleans, man. Have it in New Orleans. Birdman, what? Man, F them resumes. All that talk is, man, that dude ran, man. I can't believe that dude ran off. Man, F they resumes, all that talk is over July 29th. We'll see the absolute best versus the absolute best. They don't want, don't matter who they already fought. Yeah, that is a nice, convenient talk from a Bud fan. That's how Bud fans always want to do that. You want to stop the conversation. Let's stop the conversation and not bring it up. Nah, I'll stick on it. However, hit the link, Tom, and let them know something. Yeah, please. Man, look, man, you guys are prejudiced. Y'all are prejudiced. I'll put one hand behind my back. How about that? I'll put one hand behind my back when I do it to you. I've been watching Regis and AB versus AB for a while. Ray's baiting. Look, man, here's the truth of the matter. If I make pancakes every morning, and every morning you see me cooking pancakes, you never, ever see me make waffles. Just because you've never seen me make waffles doesn't mean that I don't know how to make waffles. It just means you've never seen me make waffles. I think a question that is reasonable is, if everybody keeps standing in front of Errol Spence and they know that Errol Spence Jr. likes for you to be right in front of him, why are they doing it? Why are they doing it? Why did Kell Brook stand right in front of him? Why did Sean Porter stand right in front of him? Why is he in front of him? Why? You are telling me Ugas didn't fight him the way he should have, and he was standing. Let me please hit the link. Will you please? I'm begging you. Anybody but RuPaul. I'll even take RuPaul. I'm tired of talking to your names. I would prefer to talk to you so that we can have a real discussion. Because you're just talking. Ugas didn't fight him the way he should have, and was standing in front of Spence. That's why he beat up Crawford. Is from another mother. Dude. Here you go. You're back. How can I help you?
How I work this thing, yo. I don't do the YouTube live thing.
You're here, man.
I'm good. You can hear me?
You're good. I can hear you.
All right, man. I'm trying to see if you saying Earl gonna beat Terrence, or you saying Terrence gonna beat Earl. I'm trying to see where you at with that, man. Because it sounds good how you selling the fight, making it seem like it's gonna be competitive, man. But you should already know it at your age that Terrence is gonna outclass this dude July 29th. Come on now, man. It's all cool with the Sean Porter analogies and everything like that, but you should already know that Terrence is not a Garcia or Porter. He's not about to just stand in front Earl all day and trade blows for 12 rounds. You're going to mix it up. You're going to outclass this guy. He can easily get on his jab and ride the bicycle and board the fight off if he want to, but more than likely, he might bring the fight to Earl and get his ass up out of there in about 8 rounds. You can't tell me you're not about to see that, bro. Come on, man. How you about to debate that? You telling me you on Earl's side? Like, that's what I'm trying to see, because I just got in the chat a little late, man.
So you don't know what you're talking about?
What your IQ
you
at,
on here?
Man?
First of all, you on here and you don't know what I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to see, man. Where you at?
Dog, then what you do is you listen and ask questions.
All right, I'm asking.
What are you asking?
Who you got July 29th?
I got Errol Spence Jr. by decision.
What makes you say that? Besides his size, what can you really say that Errol does better than Terrence?
He's got much better punch output.
This guy's a basic flat-footed boxer.
He's basic.
Flat-footed boxer.
He's a basic flat-footed boxer. Basic.
You don't. Oh yeah, very,
Basic.
very technical with the jab. You know where it's coming. You can
No,
see
pick
it,
one.
man.
Is he technical or is he basic?
Basic.
Okay, so he's
Average.
a basic fighter.
Average.
Easy
man.
fight, right? Easy
Man.
fight, right?
Yeah, he never fought anyone like Terrence, bro.
Easy fight, right? Basic fighter. Easy fighter, right?
Yes.
He's an easy Olympic quarterfinalist. He has a better amateur career than Terrence Crawford does, by far. He's a better amateur career by Terrence Crawford, by far. He's an Olympic quarterfinalist. He is a multi-time national champion. And he's basic.
What they have to do with Bud, bro? That's two different time zones.
You said he's basic. What does that have to do with Bud? You're talking about Terrence Crawford. You're talking about Errol Spence and said Errol Spence is basic. Let me ask you a question. What is basic about a southpaw?
You brought up amateurs, and he can
What
do
is
an
basic?
He can do an
What is
orthodox too. You don't have to
basic?
just do
I'm just telling you
southpaw.
he's not basic.
You don't
How
have to just do
does
southpaw.
how does a basic boxer get to the Olympic quarterfinals? Name a basic boxer that's done that.
Man, what is he doing in his fights now? You talking about?
Give me the name of one fighter that
What
you
is he
know
doing
of.
now?
Give me a name. Don't worry. I'm gonna work all the way up to the rest of that stuff.
Like,
Name a basic
what
fighter.
Mr. Man down doing now?
Name a basic fighter that you know of that is Olympic quarterfinalist. Name one.
Come on.
Do you know of any basic fighters that basically win multiple national championships?
From that angle, of course, man.
So therefore, you don't know any basic fighters that have done that. So let me move forward. Name a basic fighter that has beaten 3 world champions and taken all of their belts in boxing. Name a basic person that has done that.
That's all cool and all, but them guys are not Terrence.
Dog, name a
Them
basic
dudes is not
fighter.
Terrence.
I'm gonna get to Terrence Crawford. I'm getting on this basic. I'm getting
That's what
on
I'm here
basic.
for, bro.
Name a basic fighter. Name a basic fighter that has unified 3 belts against 3 champions. Name one. A basic fighter to do that.
You can't name one, bro.
There you go.
So
that's once again, Errol is basic. Listen, Errol is basic
compared
but
to
he's
Terrence.
an Olympic quarterfinalist. He's basic
compared
but
to
he's
Terrence.
beaten, but he's got 3 consecutive champions. Ask something else. What is basic about a southpaw stance?
You serious?
I'm very serious. What's basic about a southpaw stance?
Bro, he don't have to just fight southpaw. He can fight.
What is base? You called the man basic. I'm trying to get rid of this basic talk you do.
His flat-footedness.
He's flat-footed?
Yes. So what's the point of
why would you say he's flat-footed?
He doesn't know how to work the ring. He can't move off the back foot.
You sure?
I'm positive.
How is he beating these people if he can't move?
So he beat Sean Porter?
Yes, he did. He beat Sean Porter, took his belt. Yes, he beat Sean Porter. He took his belt. How did he beat
I love
Sean
how
Porter?
you're trying to sell the fight, man.
I'm not selling the fight. I'm not selling the fight. It
sounds good, dog.
I'm asking you a question. How did he win those fights if he cannot move?
Because the fighters he was fighting was being dumb, trying to charge him and take hits all every freaking round. Like, come on, bro.
They chose to do it.
That's clearly
they just
what it was.
chose to do it.
Yeah,
they chose to do it.
Yeah,
they
have low IQ. They have low IQ trying to show Errol that they can take his punches and they're trying to knock Errol out when they should be a high IQ fighter and work that ring. That jab. Like
they're not high IQ fighters.
Clearly ain't showed against Errol.
Really? So Kelper's not a high IQ fighter.
Terrence ain't about to just stand in front of y'all then take blows.
Let's back this up because you act like there ain't no way in the world. Like there's something wrong with it. No, I need to understand this. You're telling me that Sean Porter is a basic stupid fighter that just decided to stand in front of him and get hit 300 times. He just, from his pride, decided to stand there and get punched 300 times.
You said Earl just stands there?
No, you're saying that Sean Porter is a basic dumb fighter, and the reason Errol could hit him every round 40 times a round was because
he's
Sean
charging
Porter
that.
just decided to stand there.
Yeah, and just charge at Earl all
Okay,
game,
so
trying to
let
make
me
it
get this right.
making it a
Let me
dog,
get
making it
this
a
right.
dog fight. Yeah,
Let me get
like
this
if he
right.
wasn't trying to be too busy trying to make it a dog fight, he probably would have won that.
Really, it's that easy, huh? So let me get this right.
Fighting the way he fought, he damn near won that fight.
It ain't got nothing to do with Errol. It ain't got nothing to do with Errol cutting off the ring. Nothing.
Come on,
ain't got nothing to do with Errol staying in front of him.
Yeah, it's easy for him to do that when he's 2 inches taller than the guy with a longer jab, and you got a guy that's shorter than you charging at you like a dumb
He's shorter
maniac.
than Chris Van Heerden. He did it to Chris Van Heerden.
Now we talking about Sean Porter. Yeah,
I'm talking about all of them, man. He's shorter than Ugas. He's shorter than Ugas.
You can see a short guy coming at you like a dummy. Yeah, that's a
dude. He's taller than Terrence too.
Come on, man.
Oh man, come on, man. You're just talking.
Come on, man. Sound good,
Mr. Markle. You're just talking. It sounds good because it's right. That's why it sounds good. It sounds good because it's right.
We're gonna see July 29th.
Yeah, that now reduce your comment to what we gonna see, because that's about the only correct thing you've said.
Nah,
you're acting as if
we're gonna see Terrence outclass Earl.
Whatever, bro.
Embarrassing.
We'll see when that happens. But as far as and all your nervous laughter don't mean nothing either. You sitting there trying to say that Errol Spence Jr. narrative. Yeah, the narrative is this: he is an Olympic quarterfinalist. He is an undefeated champion who is beaten over 4 world. He's beaten 3 reigning world champions at 147 pounds. He's beaten 3 reigning world champions, but those world champions just decided to stand there.
A bunch of decisions and nail biter fights that could have went either way.
You
talking about a guy that stopped
one fight
last
went
11
what way?
fights.
Hey, what are the bunch of fights that could have went either way? Hey, hold on, man. Now that you're making shit up,
bro.
Now that you're making shit up, name 2 fights that could have went either way. Name 2 that could have went either way.
Porter fight.
That's one. Name another.
Ugas fight.
Ugas fight could have went other way. He broke his eye socket.
Like,
how could that have went any other way?
12 rounds with Garcia.
He didn't go 12 rounds with him. He broke his eye socket.
No, we talking about Garcia. Why is he going 12 rounds with Garcia?
Was that a fight that was a close fight?
Like, bro.
Bro, my ass. That was a close fight. They could have went either way.
That's another fight where the guy showed his low IQ. If he would have fought, it's a little different.
Danny Garcia has low IQ.
He could have won that fight.
Danny Garcia had low IQ. Danny Garcia has a low IQ.
Like, why are you standing trying to trade blows with Errol Spence?
He wasn't trying to trade blows.
Yes,
that's the answer. He wasn't. He was not trying to exchange blows with him. Wasn't. That's the answer to that.
You got it, man. So you saying you really convinced on Earl beating Terrence, man? Because
what I'm saying is I'm convinced that the idea
he checks off.
Man, let me tell you what I'm convinced
as a boxer.
I'm convinced that the idea that Errol Spence Jr. is a basic fighter and people decide to stand there and let him punch on him is ridiculous.
Yeah, compared to Terrence.
That's so according to your logic, let me tell you what Terrence Crawford does. Other guys just stick their chin out there and wait for Terrence to hit him in it. If they just would have slipped a punch, he wouldn't have got knocked out. That's all they do. They just stick their chin out there and wait for Terrence to hit them. Don't they know the punch is coming?
That's cool. But you can't say that because you know the skills. You know Terrence's skills. So you can't just sit up there and say that.
I don't say it. No, I don't say it. I don't say it because I think
know
that's
how
ridiculous.
good Terrence's footwork is. You know how good
I don't know. I don't know his footwork is better than Errol Spence.
Fighter look average.
I don't know that it's better than Terrence. I don't
can't blame Terrence for making them dudes look average, man.
And you can blame Errol. But you can hold on. I can't blame Terrence for making those dudes look average, but you can blame Errol for making those dudes look like they're flat-footed.
Listen to me, because Errol was the flat-footed.
You're a hypocrite.
Listen to me.
No.
Errol was the flat-footed one.
Don't be a hypocrite.
And the
don't
fighters
be a hypocrite,
are being
don't be a hypocrite. You can't tell me. You can't tell me that I can't hold it against Terrence that he made those guys look average, but you can hold it against Errol and he made those guys look flat-footed. because they couldn't get away from him.
Okay, you're right about the flat-footed part, but we're talking about his competition. The guys are constantly coming.
Errol has fought better competition than him. Errol has fought way better competition than him. Errol's competition is way better than Terrence's.
Okay,
way better.
The fights that they fought, the same fighters they fought, Terrence did them way worse. Am I
Terrence
wrong?
Crawford did not do Kell Brook worse than Errol Spence Jr. did. No, he didn't.
My God.
No, he didn't.
Oh my
you know
God.
why? Because they both knocked him out, and Errol Spence Jr. took his belt from him.
Oh my God.
Did Terrence Crawford take Did Terrence Crawford take Sean? Did Terrence Crawford take Kell Brook's belt?
Oh, he ain't had to do that. He did it like 8 years ago. What are you talking about?
What do you mean he did it like 8 years ago?
He's unified already, man. He's done this. He did this already, man.
Oh, so he didn't have to beat him, right?
That's
why
he's bringing up old accomplishments that Terrence done did already a decade ago.
He did a bunch of accomplishments that Terrence did already. What's that got to do with the fight?
What are you saying? Like, you talking about he beat
I'm
a
saying,
champion?
like, what does that have to do with the
you
fight,
say he
man?
beat a champion, bro. Like, you can't fault Terrence for not fighting champions.
I'm not fighting Terrence Crawford. I'm not
Nobody
faulting
don't
Errol
wanna
for anything.
fight
I'm not faulting Terrence
bro.
for nothing. You're faulting Errol. I haven't faulted Terrence for anything. You've been faulting Errol. I never said that I thought Errol Spence. I never said that I thought Terrence Crawford didn't have a chance to win the fight. I've never said that I didn't think Terrence Crawford was a good world-class fighter. You're out here calling Errol Spence Jr. You're out here calling Errol Spence Jr. a basic
flat-footed fighter. Yes.
Yeah.
Remember I said that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't got to remember it. I heard you say it.
Yes.
So you tell me he's a basic flat-footed fighter. Basic flat-footed fighter.
Can't move around the ring.
Can't move for nothing.
Just stand there, want somebody make it a dog fight so he can trade blows because he's the bigger fighter.
Can't get away from him. Can't get away from him.
That suspect gut game y'all keep talking about, you got like, oh my God.
All right, bro. Hey, man, how long you been watching boxing, man?
He's not that amazing at punching at the guy.
Let me ask you a question, bro. How long you been watching boxing, man?
I've been watching boxing for about 15 years. 15 years. I'm only 26, man.
15 years. So you know, but you do not know any basic basic fighters that have knocked off, I don't know, let's say 2 or 3 Hall of Famers. You know anybody, any basic fighters that you've seen that have beaten 3 Hall of Famers? Let me enlighten you, partner. Ain't no basic fighter. Ain't no basic fighter. No basic fighter is going over to the UK and breaking Kell Brook's orbital bone and snatching his belt. It's not happening. Ain't no basic fighter. Ain't no basic fighter going to get in there with your no basic fighter is going to get in the ring with your Danis Ugas and break your Danis Ugas's orbital bone. Ain't no basic fighter doing that. Ain't no basic fighter getting in the ring and beating the brakes off of Mikey Garcia for 12 rounds, barely getting touched. It ain't happening. Ain't no basic fighter getting in the ring with Danny Garcia and dominating Danny Garcia like that. It's not happening. Those guys are all world-class, potentially Hall of Fame fighters. It's not happening. Terrence Crawford is not a basic fighter. Errol Spence Jr. is nothing, ain't shit basic about that man. Other than fundamentals and basic are not the same thing. Basic means that you are just run-of-the-mill.
That's the right word, fundamental. Yeah, he's very fundamentally sound.
And you know what fundamentals do?
Like, he's very.
That is skills. That's skills.
No, that's
fundamentals
not, bro.
Are skills. Yes,
Terrence
they are.
Skills are just so much better. Like, how can you say that Errol is better than this guy, bro?
I easily, I can say his skills are not better.
What is he checking off that's better than Terrence?
Like, he's got a better jab than Terrence.
Woo!
He's got a better jab. He's got better defense. Better jab, better defense.
Crazy, bro. When have you ever seen Errol throw a jab and a hook with the same arm? Like, can he like?
You don't watch boxing. When's the last time I've seen? Are you seriously asking me? When have I seen Errol Spence Jr. throw a jab and a hook with the same
Yeah, like what?
arm?
Can he get creative with his punches? Like, no, you
Yes.
can't do that, bro.
Absolutely,
Errol's
he gets
not that
creative
type
with
of
his punches.
fighter, bro. He's not that guy.
Really? Hey, man, it's been nice. Seriously.
I'm
It's
so
been-
serious, bro.
You're not serious. You're laughing. You're just you're reaching for you're grasping for straws. But it's been fun.
Serious, man.
But
Like,
bro, I know you're not serious because you're literally out here telling me. I no disrespect to Terrence Crawford.
the only thing you
But
can
you're
say
literally
is that
out here
Earl
telling
got
me
size.
that man is basic. That man is not basic.
Earl can't do anything that Terrence can't do better, bro.
Really?
So serious when I say that, man. Like,
He
I
can't
don't
do
know what else.
anything
I know what
better.
else I can
He
say.
don't go to the. He doesn't go to the body better. He doesn't fight on the inside better.
Terrence more slicker when it comes to body punches.
When have you seen Terrence Crawford? When have you seen Terrence Crawford fight on the inside?
That's crazy. Terrence done showed you every which way he can.
He hasn't. He's never shown me that he fights on the inside. He's never shown that.
Every fight he done showed you he can do each thing you can. Anything you want, he can do.
Inside fighting. Name the fight where he fought on the inside.
What's the guy with the freaking one leg? They claim that he had a one leg.
that man said, "What is the man with the one
guy.
leg?" That is Jose Benavidez. He fought on the inside with Jose Benavidez. No, he did not.
Sir.
No, he
yes,
didn't.
sir.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not. He never fought on the inside with Jose Benavidez. No, he didn't.
So he just stood on his bicep.
Never fought on the inside, man.
With a guy that couldn't move.
Because he couldn't move.
So he
literally had one leg, bro. Literally had one leg.
All right, so I give you that. So you had to stand in front of him and make it a fight. Make it interesting.
He didn't even stand in front of him, bro. Literally moved. But that's okay. And Terrence Crawford is a very, very good fighter, man. It's not ridiculous that you think
very good fighter.
He's a very good fighter. Yes.
It's time to give this man his props. He is on Floyd's level. He's just
all right. So anyway, yeah, right.
He's this Floyd. Yes, he's this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Man. All right. Yeah. Sure. Like I said, he's a very, very good fighter. He's a very good fighter. Okay. He's on Floyd's level. He's a good fighter, man. He's a very good fighter, man.
Right.
If this was Floyd Mayweather Jr., I wouldn't be saying he can't fight on the inside.
What?
Yes, because I don't remember Floyd getting dropped by somebody like Aegis Calvinakis. I don't remember him getting bopped up by somebody like Yuriokis Gamboa. I don't see him splitting rounds. Yeah. I don't see him split. And do you know what's funny when you talk about Sean Porter? You know what's funny about the Sean Porter fight? Do you realize that Sean Porter hit Terrence Crawford at the same percentage that Errol hit him? That he hit Errol? Same amount. Literally the identical stats. The only difference was the punch output of the fighters was higher because Errol was pressing him. He's going to have a hard. Let me tell you why I think he can beat Terrence. Because Terrence going to need a knockout to win because he doesn't throw enough punches. And if you don't throw enough punches, if this guy is throwing punches, landing punches,
right?
If he's active, it's going to be difficult for you to win rounds with a guy that's that active. If Terrence Crawford is not moving, cannot find a way, and Terrence has never fought a fight, and I'm still looking for one where that guy, where he has thrown over 300 punches in a fight. And I'm telling you, I'm looking for the fight where Terrence Crawford has thrown 300 punches in a fight.
So that's a nod to him when he's still undefeated fighting like that?
Dude, they're both undisputed, but they're both undefeated. What I'm saying is I have yet to see a time. I'm looking for the fight where Terrence Crawford threw over 300 punches in a fight. 300 punches in a fight. And he's gone 12 rounds. I looked for the Postall fight. That was around the time that he threw, I think he threw around 330 punches in 12 rounds against Victor Postall. 330. Do you know how many punches Errol Spence Jr. throws a fight?
How many he's landing?
Yeah, the same percentage. 300. He's literally, I'm glad you asked that question. He's landing.
School me on your guy.
No, good question. Yeah. He is landing 300 punches. He's landing more punches than Terrence Crawford throws. Damn. He's landing 300 punches, landing 280, 300 punches.
So that
That's
means he
how
gotta
many,
be throwing like 700 of them punches then.
dude, exactly, and he's landing at the same percentage. Terrence Crawford throws around 300 punches. If he throws 300, he's landing 120. Terrence Crawford is landing at the same percentage as Errol. The same. He's getting hit at the same percentage as Errol. Both of them. Those guys are landing. Sean Porter landed like 22.9% of his punches against against Terrence Crawford. He landed 23.1 against Errol. Errol landed like 29% of his punches against 28.9 against Sean Porter. Terrence Crawford landed 29.1. They're literally landing and connecting at the same rate. The only difference is that Terrence Crawford is not throwing as many punches because he's sitting back waiting to catch somebody coming in.
I was just about
Errol
to ask you
is
that.
coming in.
So how
And
Terrence
is
beat
throwing
Errol?
them shots. Huh?
How does Terrence got a chance of beating Errol? How can he
How
win?
does he? By landing a big shot, knocking him out. That's how he's got a
So
chance.
he has to. That's what I'm saying. So he has to bring the fight to Errol.
No, he's got to catch Errol with a big shot. That's what he's got to do. He's got to catch Errol with a big shot. He's got to hurt Errol. He's got to hurt him. Or he's going to have to stay outside on a jab and be a lot more active than he's been. He's got to double his punch output. Got to double his punch output and fight from the outside and move. Otherwise, he's going to have to sit there with Errol and he's going to have to fight Errol because Errol's going to make him fight. And guess why I'm telling you, Errol's got better defense, more responsible defense. Terrence Crawford keeps his hands low, his chin in the air, and he's definitely looking for shots, reflective punches to land. I'm not saying Terrence Crawford can't win the fight, but it is far from ridiculous to think that Errol can. Dude, Errol ain't, dude, don't believe the hype, bro.
Right. Errol ain't just no fucking robot out there.
He's a robot, huh?
Right. I'm just saying compared
hey, man,
to
do me a favor.
Like Terrence.
Go fight a robot. You go fight a robot. Yeah, I like that comparison. Go get your ass in the ring with a robot and see what happens. A robot that keeps coming and coming and coming and coming at you. Nah, bro, that dude ain't no robot, man. That dude has got he's got fast hands. He's got a big punch. He's defensively responsible. And ain't nobody that sees Errol Spence Jr. fight saying that man is not an extremely, extremely good fighter. But you sitting up here talking like this, like Errol Spence Jr. is just some easy
one-trick pony.
He's a one-trick pony, huh?
Right.
You got any more buzzwords, man? Or are you done yet? Are we finished or are we done? You from New Orleans?
Yeah, I'm from New Orleans, man.
Of course, you're from New Orleans. Are we finished? You finished or you done yet?
Before I go, man, is you sold on Regis or are you ready to just throw him in the bag, bro?
No, I thought that dude ran from Regis. I'm a Regis fan I'm a support Regis till he retires. Regis is what I think Regis is. I've already seen Regis fight a bunch of times. Regis is a very, very good fighter. That dude ran around the ring, and Regis didn't look good, didn't cut off the ring.
That's what I'm saying. Like he at his age, he don't know how to cut off the ring yet. Like, come on, bro. I don't think he's ready for a guy like Tank.
Like who?
Tank.
Tank. First of all, just because you're not ready for somebody like Tank, don't mean you're not a really good fighter. He could know how to cut off the rim. How the hell is that going to save him with Tank?
Everybody that boxes is a good fighter. They should know how to fight, man. But
no, they not.
Talking about landing them against fighters,
let me partner. Look, man. It's been nice talking to you. However, Gervonta Davis, he's not going to have to find a way to cut off the ring with Gervonta Davis. He's not going to have to find that. That's not going to be his problem, cutting off the ring. His problem is going to be getting knocked the fuck out. Is the problem with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis will fight in front of you. He will walk you down. He will slip your shots. He will counter you. Gervonta Davis is not about to fight anything like you just saw with Zorrilla. Run around skitterbugging all around the ring. Because when you do that, you lose the fight because you're not doing anything. The problem with Zorrilla didn't want to stand there and fight him because he knew that if Regis landed something, Regis had the ability to knock you out. What?
I was down. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Anyway, man, so we finished and we done. Shout out to New Orleans, though.
Anytime.
Thank you for coming on, man.
Be
Peace.
cool, man.
For sure. Mr. Elliott, what's going on, man? Mr. Elliott, you jumped off, bro. That was a fun conversation. I enjoyed that. Hey, my guy said, T. Orlando Pearson said, basic equals Novocaine. Shit always works. Man, be killing me with that basic stuff. Like, dog, yeah, it's like, man, you tripping on that. Hey, like, don't put a lot of money on that fight, bro. Hey, too young to know better. Legacy of legacies. Hey, what's going on? Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Legacy of Legacy. Thank you, brother, for the $3 holler, brother. I did like that conversation, though, bro. That wasn't too what do you call it? What is this? Yeah, so let me on him, dog. He was flipping. Kareem Elliott was, hey, dog, seriously, man. Errol ain't basic, bro. Them dudes are not just standing in front of him, bro. Okay? I'm telling you right now, y'all can get out your mind that I got to slide all the way down to the end, man. Look, man, you guys got to give up this idea that people are just deciding to stand in front of him. They already know what he's gonna do. They're not deciding to stand in front of him. Like, if you just, all you got to do is this. All you got to do, you know what you got to do to beat Floyd? This reminds me of that conversation. Hey, yeah, it went on for a while. I'm sorry. I'm way behind on the chat. Hold on a second, man. Let me get back to the end of this, though. No, I appreciate it because he's been coming on for a while. I've seen him around. So I'm glad that he got on. I need a break from the mainstream. What's up? Upper echelon in the building. What's going on, man?
Shalom, man. I wish I could have got on there with that caller Markell, bro. But right now he just opened up a can, and I'm about to let everybody have it. You feel me? First off, let's do it this way. We're gonna talk about Danny Garcia, who beat Terrence Crawford in the amateurs. We talking about Yordenis Ugas that beat Terrence Crawford twice in the amateurs, embarrassed him the second fight, right? We talking about them people right there. He was talking about those people that fought Earl. Yordenis Ugas called out Terrence Crawford in the pros. Even wanted to unify with him. Terrence Crawford acted like he didn't hear him. Bomac even had a video saying that Yordenis Ugas, that's a dangerous person. We're gonna stay away from him. They already know because Ugas don't work them. You saying Earl's a basic fighter and he's flat-footed. That means you've watched 15 years of boxing and ain't seen shit. Because if you watch Errol Spence stays on his toes. Errol Spence will hit with the jab, he'll go to the body, and then when the opponent swings, a lot of time Errol Spence darts back out just like a rabbit. If you see Errol, he goes in and out, like with Mikey Garcia. Errol Spence was going in and out, flat-footed, and hell no. You don't realize that Errol Spence, he'll get in there, he'll tag, he'll control the spot with his jab, go to the body, and then he's back out when the opponent can't hit him. That's what he was doing to Danny and Michael, who were both prolific counterpunchers. And everybody keeps talking about, oh, he didn't stop Mikey Garcia. First off, Mikey Garcia, this is the same Mikey Garcia who beat Sergey Lipinets at 140 for the 140 title. So Mikey Garcia ain't no 130 pounder. He beat Sergey Lipinets at 140 to get the belt. The same Mikey that beat Adrian Broner and beat Robert Easter Jr. So Mikey Garcia is not no slow leak or no slouch. He's a future Hall of Famer, 4 division champion. And 9th round, they was willing to throw in the towel because Mikey Garcia was taking entirely too much punishment. Earl wasn't even trying to bulldoze Mikey. He was boxing him. He was beating him with clubbing, thudding shots. He was getting in. He was scoring on Mikey and getting out. Errol Spence can box like Olympic style where you get scored on. And scored on is when you score and your opponent doesn't. Before the Sean Porter fight, before Errol Spence chose to fight Sean Porter at his own style, Errol Spence was the less hit welterweight. You can pull it up. He was the less hit to hit ratio. He had the best hit to not get hit ratio out of any boxer in welterweight. So Earl was getting his shots off, but other people wasn't hitting Earl. So if that's flat-footed and everything like that, I can't understand. Plus, Earl, he was boxing Lamont Peterson and Chris Van Heerden. If you notice, he switched to orthodox. He switched to orthodox in them fights, and he boxed in orthodox, and then he switched back to southpaw. Okay, but that's flat-footed. We see him chase down Chris Algieri, and see people think people stand in front of Earl. It's because every time a person tries to move, Earl is advancing on them. When they're backing up, Earl's coming forward, and as they're moving away, Earl is coming forward, and he's going to the left or the right so he can shut it off. So every time they go somewhere, Earl is right there with them. He's matching their movements, mirroring their steps, so they can't get away from him. So, like Derek James say, Earl chooses where they're gonna fight at. So you can't get away from somebody that's stalking you and that has a presence to keep you where you go, and he wants to keep you in his kill box. And if you try to get outside the kill box, he will hit you with a left or a right hook to keep you there. So he's keeping you in front of him. It's not like they're just standing there. And when they try to get on their bike, Earl is quick and he's fleet-footed enough that he can chase them down on his bike. If you notice, Earl moves side to side, forward and back real great. And he has the ring generalship, and he has an impeccable jab that'll keep you where he's at. His jab will hold you, and then he'll hit you in the body. He starts everything off with the jab because the jab is the end all be all. The jab is the most important punch in boxing, and Earl has mastered that shot. And dude talking about Jose Benavidez, that was a one-legged man, and he was giving Crawford problems. And another thing, Crawford, I remember when Crawford was fighting Hank Lundy. Hank Lundy was whooping Crawford ass for 2 rounds until Crawford started using his weight, because Crawford was 27 pounds heavier than him. And then he started using his weight and he bullet tactic. But Crawford, all of them younger fights, he was much heavier than the other people, much bigger. Because when he started, he was a welterweight, but he shrunk down to 130. Yeah, he shrunk down. They decided to shrink down in the pros, so it'll make Crawford's road a little easier. Bomac said that too. I mean, you know, if you know, you know. But that's why Crawford started getting his knockouts as he started getting up in weight, because he started getting back to his natural weight. But Crawford was knocking out trash cans. That's just like Zurdo Ramirez and Jaime Munguia. You see, Zurdo had all them knockouts, Jaime had all them knockouts, but they wasn't fighting nobody. You putting them in the ring against nobody. When you step up the competition, then the knockout ratios go down. But Earl Spence was on 11 fight knockout streak before Mikey Garcia, before Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. But after Danny Garcia, he said he's about to go start bulldozing people again. See, he wasn't doing his strength and conditioning. Earl was just fighting them just straight off of fat camps or straight off a car accident. He wasn't full training. He wasn't even 50% of himself. Now, in the Ugas, we got about 70% of Earl, and we see what happened. But Terrence is about to get a full 100% of Earl. So it's going to be a massacre in that ring. And Terrence Crawford doesn't move. If you notice Terrence Crawford in the 147 division, Terrence Crawford sits there and he tries to stalk his victims. He tries to stalk. Terrence Crawford is flat-footed now. So if you want to talk about somebody flat-footed, that's Terrence Crawford. If you notice in the Sean Porter fight, he was right there, standing there. He couldn't really get away. He was moving. And when Crawford got in close, when Porter got in close, Crawford looked frustrated. He didn't like that inside game, that inside fight, and it wasn't good for him. So, yeah, Earl Spence ain't nothing flat-footed about Earl. Go back and watch his fights. Earl darts in and darts out. He stays on his toes. He stays dipping in and out like a deer. But he ain't a deer. He's a lion. And he's sitting there. He's coming to take away the body. And one thing about Earl Spence, he doesn't go out looking for a headshot knockout. Earl goes out there looking to break your body apart, and you fall down with it. Because if the body falls, the head goes with it. And that's what people don't realize. All of Earl's knockouts come from him trying to destroy the body. That's what he has in his mind. In his mind, he wants to come out there and destroy your body, because one thing I've known about boxing, and one thing Earl and Derek James know, when you hit a person in the body, you can hit him as hard as you want to, and ain't got to worry about your hand getting messed up from the skull. And the body shots hurt even more because they resonate within your soul. You feel them right there. And these are shots right here that ain't no recovering from. You might get a flash knockout from a headshot, but a body shot, you lay there and you feel that type of pain. And you got to be a bad man with a daggone mean streak to want to beat a man up to the body. But that's up echelon. Appreciate you for 9. Shalom, everybody out there. Peace and blessings. I just had to let that be known, and I'm out.
For sure. So, battle rap. Dog, yeah, I forgot about that. How is Errol so basic when he beat Ugas and Terrence Crawford lost to Ugas twice? How is it that Errol can outbox Danny Garcia, but Danny Garcia outboxes Terrence Crawford? How is that? Also, y'all keep talking about how great a boxer he is. He's splitting rounds with everybody. He's splitting rounds with Sean Porter. Always, man. Shalom. He's always excellent. I know if Crawford, Bomac called Ugas the silent killer. Look, man, Terrence Crawford has been, the scorecards in Terrence Crawford's last several fights have been close. And then he knocked the dude out. I don't know if David Avanesyan actually won any rounds with them gloves, but let me see. Let me go see. I don't think he shouldn't have won any rounds in that one. T. Bud Crawford. Asking for all that money. He asked for all that money. Hold on. So, scorecard. Let's do the scorecard over yonder. Oh, he's up 5 rounds. How many did he lose any rounds? Nah, he won every single round on every single card against David Avanesyan. Like you're supposed to. Like you're supposed to. But no joke, Terrence is a very good fighter. I just wanted to kind of let's put a fork in all of this. Errol some basic, because if you say he's very good at the basics, that's one thing. Why there is no B side anymore. They negotiated for the fight. That B side, A side stuff is over with. There's no B side, A side anymore. They agreed to the fight. The fight is scheduled. There's no A side, B side to it. The negotiation's over. They agreed to terms. When you agree to terms, that's it. In my Allen Iverson voice, practice. We talking about practice, not the game, but practice. What are you talking about? You talking about the amateurs? Hey man, you took that L. You took that L, dog. It's only 3 rounds. You know, it's only 3 rounds, but still, it's an L. It's an L. People be talking about sparring. People be talking about what they doing to people in sparring. Errol is highly skilled. He's not just skilled, he's highly skilled. And honestly, for me, the way that I think about it, when people talk about the skills, I think they're talking, I think people can say, oh, I think Terrence is more athletic. That even for me is to be determined. I don't know if he's more athletic. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like just because, are you more athletic? Is a wide receiver more athletic than a linebacker is? Right? A linebacker, yeah, he doesn't have the top foot speed that a cornerback does, but the cornerback isn't nearly as strong as the guy, and strength is part of athleticism. And I'm telling you, man, for the worry point for y'all Terrence Crawford fans should be that Terrence Crawford has not been in a hard fight in a long time. I don't do sparring stuff. That's practice. That's where you hone your skills. Mistakes are corrected. Holler at me at bad when it counts. Never. I don't like that. That's all that Devin Haney talk. That's all that Devin Haney talk. That's all that is. I don't even like that. That's Terrence. That's Devin Haney fans that brought all that sparring stuff into, made sparring fights. I dominated you in sparring. You saw what I did to you in sparring. That's that. Timothy Stoudemire said, man, Errol Spence is a bad MF. You got to be a fool to not see his greatness. Bud is just more special and greater than him. Sorry, not sorry. We'll see when you get into that type of stuff. You'll see when you get in this. You see when you get in the fight. I'm just trying to tell you. Oh, the amateurs matter too, but they just matter for the amateurs because there's no headgear. They fought with headgear. Who knows what happens if there's headgear? Also, I want to know what's going on if them gloves was something. Richard Parrish, hashtag busted gloves. Hashtag busted gloves. Hashtag busted gloves. Let me repeat. Hashtag busted gloves. I bet them gloves don't bust. You better hope he don't get in no Margarito situation. Better hope. Better hope. Because you say he don't need to cheat. Margarito shouldn't have needed to cheat either. Margarita shouldn't have cheated either. Panama Lewis Resto didn't need to cheat either. You better hope this ain't no Panama. You better hope this ain't no Panama Lewis moment. They out there getting sneaky by getting on that, because don't put it past them. Okay? And let me tell you why I don't put it past them. Because they got in the ring with them busted. Pull out the switch, Grandma. Mama! I didn't steal the money. I didn't steal it. I didn't steal it. I didn't steal it. Where you get the money? Where'd you get the money? This mine. This is my candy. I didn't steal this candy. Where'd you get the money from it? Hey, salute everything boxing. Happy Father's Day, brother. Where'd you get the money for the candy? You ain't got no job. Where'd you get the money from? I don't need to cheat. I don't need to cheat. Why your gloves busted? Why you get in the ring with the gloves busted? Why'd you go in there? Huh? Explain to me how you so trustworthy if you got in there with him. It wasn't a freak. It wasn't a freak encounter. He got in there with him. Why did you get in there with the gloves? Why? You saw the fact. You know why people go to jail? Watch this. Go outside a bank and see a bag of money there. A bag of money. And you take that bag of money and you go home and you spend that bag of money. Please, I need T. Orlando Pearson to tell me what happens if you take that bag of money and you go spend it. Or if you take somebody accidentally deposits, say $1 million in your account, and you immediately transfer it and spend it all. I gave you the easier one. What happens if you take the money that you know was not given to you, that's not your money, they put it in there? I know that there's been people that have gone to jail for that, for taking money that was deposited in their account that they knew was a mistake and spending it all. I got arguments both ways, exactly, though, but the argument is there. See, Orlando, do your job. I know you got arguments both ways, but there's arguments both ways. There's arguments both ways for damn near everything. You know it's not yours. You spent it and you knew it wasn't yours. You didn't know whose it was, but you knew that was a mistake. You knew that wasn't your money. And you kept that money. You didn't know who you were depriving of their money, but you knew you were depriving that. You knew you were depriving that bank of that money. You knew it. People have gone to jail for taking government money they know they weren't supposed to get. Yeah. So you jumping in a ring with gloves you know you ain't supposed to be fighting in. You jumping in there with gloves that you know you're not supposed to be fighting in. Don't you? You know those gloves, those gloves are busted. You know there's something wrong with those gloves. And you got in the ring. That is a question. That is a question of character. That is a question of your character. And once you can question somebody's character, you can question what they would do in a whole lot of situations. If they're busted and you will get in them, that is one step from busting them yourself and getting in there with them. You knew it was busted. They will say, F you, pay me. They will get, dog, give me, you know that ain't, you know, if I park my car and if I say I get drunk one night and I put my key and my car in my car keys and I park it in front of your house and you get in there and drive it away, you know that ain't your car. You may not know whose car it was, but you know that wasn't your car. You knew that wasn't your car. So do not tell me that man could not have done that, is not above doing something like that. And he sure got a lot of knockouts. Sure is stunning people all of a sudden with some big shots. Now, somebody debate me on that. The ref inspected the gloves before the bout. He didn't notice. Guess what? Hey, Rick Timms, the referee inspected Luis Resto's gloves before he got in. Let me repeat. The judges checked Luis Resto's gloves before he got in them. Guess what else? Antonio Margarito, the commission did not catch that plaster of Paris in his gloves. They didn't catch it. They wrapped it right in front of him. They didn't catch that. Naseem Richardson caught that. They didn't catch that. Don't act like these people don't cheat now. Hey, so deep. Happy birthday. Happy Father's Day, brother. But this is external, though. Why didn't they notice those two examples you just made were internal? No, that's internal. It is internal. There's padding coming out of that glove. That's external and internal. There's padding coming out of that glove. What do you mean? It's torn on the inside too. And we don't even have to worry. Bud knew it. Bernie the Boxer said that the gloves busted in the back. We don't have to wonder why they didn't catch it. See, that's a bad argument, brother. That's a bad argument because we know the gloves were busted. No, they were busted. You know they were busted. You're not Rick Timms. You know the gloves were busted, right? You know they were busted. So why are we debating whether or not why they knew did or did? They may have known they were busted. I don't know that they didn't know that they were busted. They knew they were busted when they let him keep fighting. They knew they were busted when he knocked him out. I knew they were busted when he knocked him out. You knew that they was busted before they did it. You know it. Tim, they did make it. You said there's no way they should have, but they did. That's my point. Did they make it in the ring? Yes, they did. They did make it in the ring. They did make it in the ring. Hey, Stephen One Billy said, Fanon, digging the new intro. Keep doing your thing. Thank you, brother. Look, here's a fact. We all know that he knocked out David Avanesyan with illegal gloves. That's a fact. We know this. We know it. We don't think it like Tyson Fury. We know it. And again, much love to everybody in the Cash App. Thank you guys so much for your support today on Father's Day, supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot. Thank you guys so much. That's the next level home cooking with that Nebraska State Athletic Commission. Look, man, let me say this, because back to the original point of it. We know that those gloves were illegal. And what I'm saying is, for you Bud fans, you better hope that is not something that was really funny, and that is something that because if you have tampered gloves, your punches will land harder. Defective, you can call them defective, you can call them tampered. All that is a matter of who did it, whether it was accidental or whether it was purposeful. I know he personally walked into that ring. No, he should have told him, he should have taken the gloves off. Thanks, Cool Ash. No, Rick, he should have taken the gloves off. He should have taken the gloves off. The other side should have seen it. The ref saw it. The ref saw it. The ref saw it. No worries. That's my point. That's my point. That is victim blaming. You know how they do in Houston? They victim blame. They blame the victim. A guy that got hit with defective gloves, knocked out with one shot after the padding had already come out of his gloves. Boom, it's over. We don't have to worry about the gloves anymore. Come on, man. Come on, man. And they allowed, they knew it. And hey, thank you, brother. Much love to my guy Richard Paris in that cat in the PayPal said, happy Father's Day, Fanon. Team Spence, man down. Put him in the dirt. Flip that damn boat. Hashtag busted gloves. Yeah, it's hashtag busted gloves. Don't play with them gloves, bud. And I am letting it be known. Hey, what's going on, sister? Cam Williams said, who has Bud slept at welterweight with one shot like that besides Avanesyan? Closest thing is Jose Benavidez. And know what the funny thing is? That's the punch that he closed his eyes and landed. I ain't gonna lie, dude. Hey, dude, Terrence Crawford is very accurate with closed eyes. He threw that punch and then he closed it. Boom. But my eyes was dead closed. Landed mug right on the chin, dog. Countered an uppercut with an uppercut. That kid he waited for that man to throw that wide ass uppercut. Came right back underneath that with that uppercut. Very good reflexes. Saw him throw that shot, countered it. As soon as he threw that uppercut, he threw an uppercut with him. That uppercut landed, and dude was hurt. I don't know. Now, I don't think, Tszyu's not a joke. I'm just not convinced. Much love, though. Thank you for that support, bro. No, he's not a joke. I'm just not convinced, man. That's me. This boy is what happened to you being home by 11 o'clock. Hold on one second. All right. Hey, chicks ahead. The glove stuff is a misdemeanor and not an issue at all. All gloves will be super inspected by July 29th. Derek James won't allow it. That freak encounter won't happen again. Okay. Let's hope not. Let's not have no more glove gates, man. Let's not get tricky, okay? Because they're gonna get tricky, bro. You know they're gonna get tricky, bro. That's what Errol said. He's talking about them smoking mirrors, man. He said, Fanon, so folk for professional lip readers. Oh, what is? AJ said stern warning. Oh, me? Oh, y'all, whatever I told you, said, man, what happened? Man, that's my son be making promises and not keeping them. Like, dude, you say, okay, I'll be home by this time. Really? So you're not again, huh? How many times you going to break promises? If you say you're going to do something, do what you say you're going to do. That makes you reliable. If you don't think you can make it by 11, say 12. So you know you can get there by 11. If you know you can get there at 11, say 12. That's the problem with Devin Haney. Devin Haney sold himself as somebody that wants all the smoke from everybody, and he doesn't. Can we agree with that? Can we agree on that one? Can we agree with that on Devin Haney? No, you should. He doesn't want to fight Shakur Stevenson. He doesn't want to fight Shakur Stevenson right there. So that's not even something to agree with, or you can't even disagree with that. He wanted all the smoke from everybody until he got the belts, and now he don't want smoke with everybody. Man, please. That man didn't want that smoke with Shakur Stevenson, not never. As soon as Shakur Stevenson started talking about fighting him, he said, I don't know, maybe down the road, oh, the fight can happen, maybe at 140 or 147 is what he said. That man said before Shakur Stevenson had ever had a fight in the weight class, he said he wasn't going to fight him at that weight class. That fight has to happen later down the road. Maybe at 140, maybe at 147 is what he said. He immediately said it. He ain't never acted like he wanted to fight that guy. Let Gervonta Davis say, maybe I'll fight Devin Haney at 140 or 147. Maybe we'll fight him later down the road. Maybe. That's a duck. Hold on a second. Why didn't Shakur use his mandatories? Hit the link. Hit the link. Why didn't he use his mandatory? Click the link. Click the link. Click the link. What interviews y'all watching? I saw Haney say Shakur should have been activated as mandatory, and he's still, excuse me. Click the link. Click the link. Click the link. Double, triple, quadruple, click the link. Click the link. Come on, man. Come on, man. Frequent flyer. Click the link. And I'll explain it to you. I'll explain it. Frequent flyer, just say uncle. Vontae too clean, just say uncle. I'll leave you alone and move on if you just say uncle. Uncle. If you don't want to say uncle, just say unk. I know y'all like to say unk. So you just call me unk. real fast. Me and my wife cleaning up for non-vacuum going. Griffin, what's going on, man?
What's up, brother? I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Let me mute this.
Hey, no worries. Yeah, frequent flyer, that vacuum's going. I got you.
Yeah, brother. How you doing, man? Good morning. Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day to you, man.
So, I get you. I hear you. I know that the whole Devin Haney thing is not a famed fighter for a lot of folks. I get it. But at the same time, Shakur Stevenson has been contradictory multiple times across the board when it came to either fighting Devin, who's number one, who won the fight with Lomachenko. Him capping for Lomachenko actually had him removed from number one status. He could have activated his mandatory to be Devin's competition right now. Lomachenko was number one. Lomachenko was the number one mandatory. Shakur is now number two and number three, if I'm not mistaken. So at what point in time are we saying he wants to fight? Where are the contracts? Where are the negotiations? Bob said he didn't want that fight initially. So now they're beginning to double back and try to offer the fight. So where's the disconnect? Same thing with Tank.
95% of what you said wasn't true. That's
bullshit.
Start with the
bullshit.
Let's start with it. First of all,
go ahead.
There's no such thing as activating a mandatory. That doesn't even exist.
That is not true.
Really?
That is absolutely not true.
Sure. You can activate a mandatory.
You can activate your mandatory status and
you
fight for the title with that.
Right. You can activate your mandatory.
Yes.
That's something you're saying is true.
When you move weight classes, yes, you can.
You can activate your mandatory.
Yes, you can.
You sure? Now, I just want to hear that you said yes.
Yes, I did say that.
Okay. Activate it. So, when is David Benavidez going to activate his mandatory on Canelo Alvarez?
He could do it now, but once again, that's also moving the goalpost. You know, Canelo's going to fight whoever the hell he wants to fight.
Stop right now because you can't. There's no.
Explain to me how.
Because the mandatory is named by the commission. You
right.
don't activate it. You don't have the ability to do it. The mandatory is chosen by the sanctioning body amongst the top 3 available fighters.
They moving from weight class to weight class. Being a champion at a lower weight class and
does not
get I'm not
going to argue about bad rules. I'm going to tell you the rules because you don't know the rules.
I just stated the rules.
You don't, according to who, what is the rule?
WBC, okay. All right.
Get me, name to me the number of the rule.
The number of the rule.
Yes.
That I have to get back to you on. That I have to get back to you
because you don't
I'm just familiar with the concept.
I know the rules. I can show you the rules. I can pull up the rules. There's nowhere in the WBC.
Do that.
There's nowhere in the WBC that talks about any individual person being able to can tell themselves, name themselves mandatory.
I didn't say name themselves. I didn't say name themselves.
You're only the mandatory
once selected. Absolutely. I understand what you're saying, brother.
You're only the mandatory when they mandate the fight. You're the mandatory when they order the fight.
And Shakur was in position to do so. He could have done so against that.
In position and is not the same thing.
That didn't change until after the Lomachenko fight.
Look, Lamont, I'm just going to tell you right now. You cannot activate a mandatory. That is a phrase used by Bill Haney and Devin Haney. That's not true. You can't activate it. You can't.
I'm not stating something I heard from Bill Haney or Devin Haney.
You heard that from somebody other than the sanctioning bodies. Because you can't activate a mandatory. They name the mandatory. You can't.
I didn't say that they didn't name the mandatory.
Then
you have to be placed in that position.
Are they going to name
once
the
placed in that
mandatory,
position, you're able to dictate. No, once placed in that position, you're able to dictate who you want to fight.
Hey, man, look, I'm going to say this very politely, bro. You don't know what you don't know. You cannot activate a mandatory.
Brother, I didn't hop on to argue with you. There's no clause.
So there's no clause in any of the rules by the sanctioning bodies that allow somebody to tell the sanctioning body it's time to order a fight for me. The most they can do is petition for you to order it. You cannot activate it. No, petition and activate are not the same thing.
Okay, petition and activate are not the same thing. But being able to petition puts you in a position to.
So let's stop talking, bro, because I let you finish. I'm going to go through your inaccuracies first. Number one.
1 second. All right, good.
Number one, you cannot activate a mandatory. You
Okay.
have to be named the mandatory. It's not your decision. It's the sanctioning body's decision.
Which the court was in position to do. He could have petitioned. My apology. Activate.
Once
Petition.
again,
Wrong verbiage. He was in that position.
Once again, you cannot activate it. So I'm going to move that to the side.
I just conceded that.
Second of all, you do not need to be mandatory to take a fight. He can take a voluntary. Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney is free black and 21. And if he calls that man out, he can fight him voluntarily. There's nothing preventing. There's no need for Devin Haney to have a mandatory to fight Shakur Stevenson. I'm
not saying he needs to be the mandatory. When he went to Top Rank, saying Bill Haney and Devin went to Top Rank and asking for an additional fight to keep him on Top Rank, Bob didn't respond. Bob said, no, there's no fight. Now, after the fact that their contract is up.
Excuse me. Bill Haney has contradicted himself with that. Because Bill Haney said, in going into the fight with Vasily Lomachenko, when he was calling out Gervonta Davis, that they did not have to fight Vasily Lomachenko. They had not agreed to fight Vasily Lomachenko. That's
right.
What
and they went on negotiations for the fight.
Excuse me. Bill Haney and Devin Haney said that before they fought Vasily Lomachenko, that they were free to fight Gervonta Davis because they had not agreed to fight Lomachenko. That
Once
is a
again.
fact.
So now we're Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis called out Gervonta Davis.
That is let me finish till I get my point.
My brother,
that
please.
Is what he said. So he said before he agreed to fight Lomachenko that was not in the contract, that they had not agreed to that. However, after he fights, agrees to Vasily Lomachenko, now he had already agreed to it. Which is it? Did he already agree to the fight or did he not agree to the fight? Because when it comes to Shakur, he said, oh, I negotiated a 3-fight deal with Top Rank. And it was going to be, those fights weren't predetermined. It was going to be George Kambosos, a George Kambosos rematch, and Bob Arum picked Lomachenko. That means he had agreed to 3. After the fight, he said he didn't agree to 3. Before the fight, he said he didn't agree to 3. After the fight, he said he did agree to 3. Which is it? They both
agreed to 3. Listen, brother, yes, he agreed to 3 fights. The 2 that were already predetermined was Kambosos, the initial and then a rematch.
So then how
the third and my brother, you allowed me to speak, I'll allow you to speak. We're having a conversation. The third was still being determined. Lomachenko hadn't agreed to a damn thing.
If the third was trying to
negotiations with Lomachenko were on the rise because he continuously asked for more money. What are we talking about?
If the third was still being determined, then how was he offered Shakur in the 4th?
He wasn't offered Shakur in the 4th.
There you go. So stop saying he was offered Shakur. He wasn't.
This is after the fact.
No,
after all 3 fights were determined. After all 3 fights were determined, Haney went back and asked for the fight. Bro, there was no 4th fight on the table.
Bro, was there a 4th? Then why did you bring up a 4th fight with Shakur then?
Because they went to Top Rank and asked for a 4th fight.
No. What Bill Haney said was they asked for a 4th fight before the Lomachenko fight. When they originally signed the deal, they asked for a 4th option. That
is not the case.
Excuse me. The 4th
they've asked more than once. They've asked more than once,
if you're negotiating a contract and you're saying that Bob Arum offered me 3, but we asked for 4, that was before the George Kambosos fight.
Once again, there were multiple requests. This is not a one-time thing.
The negotiation for 3 or 4 fights was before the George Kambosos fight.
Once again, I stated that. I'm not backtracking. Yes, there were 3 determined fights, 2 predetermined and 1 in negotiation with Lomachenko.
When was the Shakur thing coming up?
Shakur came after the fact, and that's what I've already said.
After what?
After the fact that all 3 fights have already been signed.
After what date? You talking about the Shakur 4th option came after the Kambosos fight? Or after the Lomachenko?
I didn't say option came. I said request came from the Haney thing.
When did the request from Devin Haney to fight Shakur Stevenson for a fourth.
After all 3 fights have been solidified, Lomachenko. Listen, man, Haney and Lomachenko had already been announced. Haney's team,
so
they stated they went
asked to fight. So you're telling me, which is not what Devin Haney said or Bill Haney said.
That is what Bill Haney said.
Excuse me. You're telling me that the option to fight the
Shakur option for a fourth fight after the 3 had already been predetermined. He asked for an option for a fourth fight.
You're telling me that the option for the fourth fight came after.
Brother, just because you keep repeating it doesn't mean it's not true.
After he agreed to fight Lomachenko?
Yes. That was an additional fight to keep him on top rank.
That's not what Bill said. It's not what Bill said. It's not.
Okay, brother.
It's not what they said.
Bro, I get it. You don't like the dude. I got you.
I don't like your facts. You're saying things that are not true. That's not
how are they not? Said. That's what Bill said.
Because Bill Haney said when they sat down to
they've asked multiple times for a fourth option.
When Bill Haney said that when they sat down to negotiate a contract with Top Rank, Bob Arum offered him a 3-fight deal.
Nobody negated that. I understood you.
3-fight deal. And that he asked at that time for a fourth. Bill Haney said that he brought that up before the first George Kambosos fight.
I heard that.
Then why are you saying it happened after he agreed to fight Lomachenko?
Because it's happened more than once. You're missing the point. You're not understanding what I'm saying.
You're making up facts.
I'm not making up facts. I'm literally stating what Bill Haney said, right?
First, let's get to this. Number one, you cannot activate a mandatory, so you can take that off the table for Shakur.
I conceded that point already. Wrong verbiage.
Number 2, Devin Haney was offered a 3-fight deal with Top Rank when he originally signed the 3-fight deal.
Nobody argued that.
Excuse me. And Shakur Stevenson's name was never mentioned.
After the 3-fight deal was solidified.
The only time that somebody mentioned Shakur Stevenson, the only time was later on when Bill Haney said,
I said that.
Then
what the hell are we arguing for? Like, I literally said that after the fact.
Not what you're saying.
That is what I'm saying. That is legitimately what I said. So I conceded the point that the
what are you talking about?
Hold on. You're saying that Bill Haney never went. My whole point is this. He's asked more than one time for an additional fight, for a fourth option to fight Shakur Stevenson. And was told no. That's literally what I said. Now, as far as activating the mandatory, yes, wrong verbiage. I conceded that point already.
Excuse me. Bob Arum just said to Bill Haney after the Lomachenko fight, after that he would sign a 1-fight deal for any of.
That's not what he said on fight night. That is not what he said on fight night, and you know that.
Bob Arum said.
You watched the post conference.
Bob Arum said before the fight ended and after it was that he would offer a 1-fight deal for Devin Haney to fight any of the people that he chose, and he listed them.
He did not say that on the post conference.
He said Devin Haney can fight Shakur, he can fight a rematch with Lomachenko, or he can fight the winner of Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor. He said,
once again, so now we're talking about contradictions. He did not say that after the post-fight conference. He did not.
All right, man. You got any other stuff you want to make up, bro?
Nah, I'm cool, man, because you bullshitting. But that's cool. I appreciate you. Happy Father's Day to you, man, but you bullshitting.
You sit there and tell me that you can activate a mandatory, which is not true.
I said wrong verbiage. I conceded that point, but you continue to be the dead dog. Right. You continue to be the dead dog. I said Devin Haney. No.
So you can be dead wrong about that. You can be dead wrong when you put on that man on Shakur. You put on Shakur Stevenson that he could activate a mandatory. That's not true. That's not true. Number two, you skip completely over the fact that Shakur Stevenson doesn't have to be a mandatory to get a fight. Devin can just fight him. Why can't Devin
skip over shit? I didn't skip over shit.
Why then
He
answer
skip
the
over a
question?
damn
Why
thing.
can't Devin just fight him?
Devin can do whatever the hell he wants to do.
There
You're
you
right.
go.
He's
So
his own man.
is
He
he
can do
gonna fight
whatever.
him? Is he gonna fight him?
Once again, was that fight offered? I asked you.
Yes, it's
You
offered.
said yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's offered.
after the fact, right? After the
It's
fact.
offered, but it's offered.
How many times has the Haney team actually gone to the top rank to ask and request for this fight and said there was no option? Bob, after the post-fight conference, after the Lomachenko-Haney fight,
Dude,
that wasn't an option.
Devin Haney.
Just
can
because
fight
Shakur
him
popped up in it, I'm a
right
Shakur fan. I'm from Jersey.
now.
Shakur
Devin
popped up in the
Haney
ring.
Can fight
Listen.
that man as a voluntary right now.
Capping and calling somebody out doesn't dictate
That's
a fight.
not
It doesn't make a
capping.
fight
Bob
happen.
Arum
It
said
is capping.
that he would make
How many
the fight.
times has Shakur
How
been
do you know
contradictory
he's
in what
lying?
he's saying about who he
You
wants to
know
fight?
he's lying?
Oh,
You
bro,
know
yes,
Shakur's lying?
because he's been caught lying. Yes, multiple
You know
times, and I'm a
Shakur's
Shakur
lying
fan.
about wanting to fight Devin Haney. Prove it.
Yes.
Prove
Sorry,
it.
bro. They called me out. They made me say that.
Prove
Pull
it.
up the Twitter and his Instagram.
Prove that he's lying about it, man.
Bro, how many? All right, so this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna rely.
That's exactly what we're gonna do. You prove to me that Shakur Stevenson is lying about wanting to fight Devin Haney.
Copy, because Tank's done the same thing. You call somebody
Tank's
out doesn't mean
lying
you're
about
trying
wanting to fight him too, right?
First of all, if you call them out, you have to win your fight. After you win your fight, I want to fight you next. That's
They're
what Tank
lying.
said, right?
You know
That's what
lying.
Tank said, right? And you know they telling the truth.
I don't know that they're lying.
So you don't know that they're telling the truth, but you don't know that they're
I'm
lying.
asking you a question about Shakur. I'm not talking about Gervonta.
And I'm telling you,
lying or not.
No. This is a direct conversation between. This is a direct conversation.
You are saying that Shakur is capped. That's what you're saying. So explain to me how you know that Shakur is lying about wanting to fight Devin Haney.
Bro, initially, when he called out Devin Haney online, this is on Twitter, this is on Instagram, something like that. He posted whatever, or the text message conversation between the two of them saying, my bad, bro, they made me say that. Shakur's been caught multiple times doing things that he's been told to do by either Jay Prince, Bob Arum, whoever the hell's behind the scenes. And you can shake your head all you want. It doesn't negate the fact that it's the truth.
Sounds stupid. You don't know that man's lying. That man is a world-class fighter, bro.
Once again, bro.
Shakur Stevenson. I mean, I
understand that, and I respect him,
bro.
I understand that, and I respect him, bro. I'm not saying he's not a great fighter.
There's no reason for you to believe that Shakur Stevenson does not want to fight Devin Haney. And
that's bullshit, because every day somebody ducks another fight. Look at Canelo. What are you talking about?
He don't want to fight Devin. He just lying.
Yeah.
He's just lying.
It's called clout. Terrence Crawford's done that shit forever. That's why he's still attached to Arrow's name. What are you talking about? You can call somebody out all day, but then the fight doesn't fucking happen. Terrence Crawford literally got to a point where he's ready to sell his belt off.
You don't know that man's lying. You don't know.
Okay, whatever. He's got an acceptable price point to catch an ass whip and lose a belt and retire. That's what it is.
Dude, man, Shakur, first of all, Shakur Stevenson, just from a boxing standpoint, will beat Devin Haney probably 10 rounds to 2.
Hey, that very well may happen, but we got to see the fight, right?
Because it's not a fight. It's not a hard fight for Shakur. First.
Based on what?
That's not in
your opinion, right? Based on your opinion.
Obviously. But let me tell you something about Shakur Stevenson. Stevenson.
I'm from Newark. I get it.
Let me tell you something about Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is a WBC, is a world champion at 126. Right. He is a unified champion at 130. He is in every major publication's top 10 pound for pound in boxing. And you're thinking none of that. And he's just lying about wanting to fight this guy.
Yeah. Yes. That doesn't negate his skill. That doesn't negate his prowess. That doesn't negate how great of a boxer he is.
Why wouldn't he want to fight him?
For one, he's talked about this shit for so long, on and off bullshitting.
I said
there was no option for the fight. There was no option for the fight. You can cap all you want.
Why wouldn't he want to?
I'm not that man. I couldn't make that decision. I think they're all great fighters.
Why wouldn't he want to? Give me a reason why he wouldn't want to.
How do I make a determination for that man? I'm not him.
I'm just asking you for it because you say he's capping. Why? Why would he
capping for clout? I just told you that. Capping for clout.
Got the clout?
Keep your Devin's got all the belts.
He ain't got Devin's no clout. Why ain't he lying about Tank then? Why ain't he lying about Tank?
Motherfucker, he started lying about Tank. Everybody was talking. You know what, bro? I'm not finna sit here and bullshit with you. I'm not gonna do this. This is hilarious.
Dog.
Once again,
try to tell somebody with a straight face that a fighter that is a top 10 pound for pound fighter
Bro,
guy
Bud
is
did
a
that shit his
unified
whole
world- a
career.
guy that is a unified world champion.
Are
at
you serious?
130 pounds.
That's not a good
world
argument, brother.
champion,
That's not a good argument.
126 pounds,
Bro,
who does better numbers than Devin does, is chasing Devin for clout.
who does better numbers than Devin does?
Shakur does.
Shakur does better numbers than Devin against who? Yoshi?
Yes, he does.
Stop it, bro. I'm
Yo,
from
would
North.
you
Yes,
like
he
to
sells out. He
explain
sells out the
why he
Prudential
does?
Center. Absolutely.
Yes,
That's
he
Jersey.
does.
Absolutely. That's
Yes,
home
he
state.
does.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
a fact. It's a fact. If you take off the Lomachenko, excuse me, you take off that Lomachenko fight versus the pay-per-view fight, Lomachenko versus Devin Haney, which we don't have the numbers on, which did not perform exceptionally well. The highest estimate for that is about 150,000.
Without the numbers being released.
With the highest
Once again. So there's a lot of speculation going on with this talk, bro.
But there is no speculation based off the ESPN numbers. Those are publicized. Those are public. Every time that Devin Haney has fought at the same general time that Shakur Stevenson has fought, Shakur Stevenson has done higher numbers than Devin Haney on ESPN.
On ESPN. Roger that.
Yes, because that's where he fights.
I'm not questioning. Questioning.
They do no. They do the same. They do roughly the same, but Shakur's is slightly higher. Shakur sold out in Newark twice.
Yeah, that's home. He needs to.
Devin Haney has never sold out anywhere. He's never sold out anywhere.
So going to Australia doesn't count. Those two fights don't count.
Question then. So since it's clout chasing, clout, not belts, clout. Because I'm saying he's chasing the belts. You're calling the belts clout. I'm calling the belts belts.
You putting words in my mouth. I'm not calling belts clout.
I'm calling belts belts. I think Shakur Stevenson wants the belts, not the clout. Because if he wanted the clout, he chased the clout. The clout is
if he wanted the belts. If he wanted the belts, they'd have an actual option for the fight to take place.
Why would he ask it and he doesn't want it? Because he's clout chasing. So I say,
if the option's not there for the fight, it is clout chasing.
Where is the clout?
If the option's not there for the fight, it is clout chasing.
Where's the clout?
Literally just to have your name mentioned over and over and over again and put in place. After the Lomachenko fight, after the Lomachenko Haney fight.
Bro, don't act confused. Where's the clout?
I'm not acting confused. What I'm telling you is, if there's no option for an actual fight to take place, you're just mentioning somebody's name to be attached to.
There is an option for
just like Terrence Crawford's done for years with Errol Spence.
It's
the same shit.
Option for the fight. There is an option for the fight. There is an
after
option
the fact. After they've asked
now.
multiple times and been told no.
He didn't have an option to
Hold
fight. Shakur Stevenson did not have an option to fight Devin Haney until Devin Haney got past Lomachenko. Devin Haney fought Lomachenko less than a month ago. It'll be a month in 2 days. The option is there.
There we go.
Because Bob Arum said the option is there. The option is there now. He can do it voluntarily.
But yeah, now, once again, we're living
now.
How many times did they ask prior to? And we're told no.
Now. The option is there.
So at this point,
now.
I get it. The option is there now. How many other fights are they pursuing?
Now.
Because Devin's talking about moving up to 140, fighting Regis and all the other shit. So there's multiple options on the table. Period. I want to see the fight. I'm not saying I don't.
And one of those are Shakur. How is Shakur clout chasing for wanting 4 belts? And the option's there for him to take it.
Initially. That's not what I said. That is not what I said.
I'm asking
clout chasing when there's no option on the table for a fight initially.
I'm asking you, how, if the option is there and he's chasing belts, why can't Devin?
If we're guaranteed the option is there, I can see
chasing that man.
Say it again. I'm sorry. You broke out.
You're repeating that Devin Haney stuff, man. That man is a legitimate.
I'm not repeating Devin Haney stuff. I'm literally.
That man is a legitimate challenge in the boxing ring to Devin Haney.
No one said they weren't.
No proof whatsoever.
No one said he was.
No proof whatsoever, or no real reason to think that reasonable reason to think that Shakur Stevenson is serious about fighting that man. You just say it.
Once again. No, I'm not. I'm not just saying it.
You just saying it, bro.
The man's tweeting, the man's been on Instagram, the man's text messages and back and forth being caught, being told to say things to propagate a fight.
told to say things?
Being told to say.
Okay, help me out here.
He said it
Who
himself.
told
That's
him
coming
to say
directly
what?
from Shakur.
First of all, let's play a little game here. Tell me who forced him to say what?
That wasn't in the text messages, man. Like, I can go look them up, but shit, I have to jump back for that.
Forced him to say what?
How the hell would I know that? He said that to Devin
Why
in the
are you
text
bringing it
message,
up?
and Devin posted the shit.
If you say he's capping and being inconsistent in text messages, and then I
Because
ask
he's
you,
been inconsistent.
who forced him to say
All right,
what, and you can't tell me? You don't
bro,
know.
you're clearly biased. But okay. All right.
No,
Once
you're
again,
clearly pulling shit out your ass. And I'm asking you
I'm
questions.
not pulling anything out
You
of my ass.
said-
I'm not pulling anything out of my ass.
You said that he's capping in text messages. I ask you, okay, what did he say and who forced him? And you say, I don't know. You don't know? You say it, but you don't know? So you say he could have activated his mandatories. You're wrong about that. Now you say he was capping in tweets because he was forced to say something. I say, okay, what did he say and who forced him? You don't know that. Dude, come on, man. You're better than you got. Look, you got to be better than this, man. You got to be better than this, man. You just saying things, and every time you say something, I ask you where you get it from, and you don't know.
I just fucking told you where I got it from. What are you
Where'd you
talking
get it
about?
from?
Bro, now you're just being disrespectful. That's
No,
cool. It
where'd
was
you
on
get it from?
First of all, Instagram.
Where did you
I got it off of
Let me ask you again. Who forced
First of all,
him to say, what did he say, and who forced him to say it?
He was influenced by Top Rank. He was influenced by whoever's in his team in Top Rank. I got that from BFTV. That's
What?
bullshit. Like, first and foremost,
did he say? What did he say? And who forced him to say it?
I just answered that question. Just because you continue to ask the same question to get a different response doesn't mean I'm gonna change it.
No, you did not. No, you did
All
not
right,
answer that question. You said somebody at top
I damn
rank
sure answered the question, and I said the same shit consistently.
No, you did not. You did not answer the question.
No,
you
that's why I got the initial information from was watching BFTV.
You didn't answer the question.
No, I did answer the question. You asked me where I got it from. I said I got it from watching BFTV.
You let words leave your mouth, but you did not tell me.
Do me a favor. Stop continuously asking the question. I said it was influenced by whoever is around him at Top Rank.
Whoever is not an answer. I got the information
from watching BFTV.
Just say you don't know who.
First and foremost, that's not even dictated inside the text message. That's not even dictated on who he told to tell him.
Just say you don't know who. You don't know
so
who.
I can concede to some bullshit that you keep saying. Got you.
Just say you don't know. You don't know. Just say you don't know.
And you don't. Once again, if I don't know, you don't know. So what the hell are we talking about?
That's an easy answer. You don't know.
No, that's your answer. That's your answer.
Can you give me the name of the person that forced him?
It wasn't in the text message.
Can you give me the name of the person that forced him?
I can only give you the information that was presented. That was not in the text message.
What was said?
My bad, Dev. They made me say that. Apologizing to Devin for calling him out. Apologizing for mentioning his name and talking like he wanted to fight him.
They made him say what? They made him say what?
My apology, Dev. He called out Dev.
They made him apologize. They made him apologize.
He apologized to Devin for saying that. He's apologizing to Devin for what he said.
They apologized for saying what?
My bad, Dev. They made me say that. They made me call you out.
So they made him call you out. Dude, don't run. Hit the link. They made him call him out. I'm sorry, they made me call you out. So they made him send the drink to him too, huh? They said, send the contract. Did they make him do that too? Dude, click the link. Look, man, do not try to convince anybody that Shakur Stevenson is lying about wanting to fight Devin Haney. That shit's corny. Okay? That shit is corny. If you did not know, first of all, you can't activate a mandatory. I don't care how many people repeat that. Number two, Bill Haney contradicted himself. Bill Haney contradicted himself. Himself. He contradicted himself because he said that he did not have even a rematch agreed to. Listen to me. He said he did not even have a fight agreed to with Lomachenko. That the third fight deal was not even set, that it was Lomachenko. So how in the world could he have asked for a fourth specifically for Shakur? How? The answer is he didn't. The answer is he didn't. He did not. Cap. Let's talk about Cap. Since we calling people Cap. Who has the history of being Cap? I need for somebody to answer this question for me. Did or did not Devin Haney tell Steven Espinoza that he was available to fight Gervonta Davis last December? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. If you guys are going to repeat things that are not true, I am going to stop you and I am going to correct the record for you. I don't care how many people tell you that you can activate a mandatory. It doesn't make it true. I don't care how many people tell you that because you're the number one ranked guy, that makes you the mandatory. That is not true. In the rules, it is not true. The only way that you become mandatory is if the sanctioning body names you that. And that is it. There is no, all you got to do is call up and name yourself mandatory. This young man with a straight face said all David Benavidez needs to do is call the WBC and tell them, I am activating my mandatory to fight Canelo Alvarez next. He cannot do that. He cannot do that. Cannot do that. Here's the link. I do not care if you're on YouTube and somebody like, what's that guy's name, man? Real funny dude, all controversial cat. Always like going at rappers and trying to get rappers. Charleston White. I don't care if Charleston White gets up on YouTube and tells you, well, you know, if you'd like to have a gang and you don't want to get caught up on gang charges, all you need to do is not call yourself a gang, call yourself a boys club or call yourself a militia. And you can do the exact same things as just as long as you never say the word. I don't care who tells you that shit ain't true. Okay? All you got to do is call yourself a militia. And all of a sudden, you're going to get out all kind of RICO shit. You're going to get out all kind of gang stuff. Oh, it don't matter. The Vice Lords is a militia, and you're good to go. Oh, my God, man. Y'all some silly people. Jonathan, how can I help you, man?
Hey, what's going on, Fanon? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Good, good. Don't let these people get you riled up, man.
No, I enjoy it. That was fun for me.
Yeah, it's interesting because you know, I've been watching the channel for a little while now, and I've been hearing you always talk about Devin Haney fans. With all, and there's no disrespect to Devin Haney, but because I actually like Devin Haney, but I didn't know he had fans. And I'm not like literally not trying to be funny. I didn't know he had fans. Like I was actually shocked that it was this many people that's like on Devin Haney like that.
Hey man, they're not. which is the point that I brought up. Because they're saying you're clout chasing. No. He's like, Devin has all the belts. Think about this. Devin has all the belts, right? But and Shakur wants to fight him because he has all the belts. But he doesn't want the belts. He wants the clout. Where does clout get entered into that?
If I'm a clout chase, I'm a clout chase people with clout.
Thank you. You're going to do the guys that have Gervonta is the clout. So that's what he would not answer. Would not come around to. Look, man, if Shakur Stevenson was only clout chasing, Shakur Stevenson would be talking about Gervonta. I want to move up and I want to fight Errol Spence. If he was looking for clout. But the same people, and this is why I'm telling you, they can say you from Newark. I don't know. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you can be from Newark and not like Shakur. It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
So
sure.
How do you say, I want to fight this guy who has all the belts, and you only want it because of the belt? The clout, the reason Devin has clout is because of the belts. He's saying he wants the belts, but he doesn't want the belts. He just wants the clout that comes with the belts. But if he wants the belts, then wouldn't he be fighting for the belts? So why would he be lying about wanting to fight for the belts?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that doesn't.
It just doesn't make sense, man.
There's no doubt in my mind. I don't think Shakur does not want that fight. I don't see any reason why he would ask for that fight if he didn't want it. Just because I don't think Shakur thinks there's any risk in fighting Devin Haney. I think he'll beat Devin Haney, to be honest.
Dude, he'll beat Devin Haney.
Yeah.
And on top of it, it's not even I don't even think it's a hard fight for him.
No, I don't think so either. I was big on Haney. I know like when I first started like getting in boxing like a few years back, you know, I thought Devin Haney had a lot of potential, but I didn't know he didn't have any pop. I had no idea.
Say that again?
I didn't know he didn't have any pop.
Oh, Devin Haney?
Yeah, he can't keep guys off of him. And he's not like an elite. He has good defense, but it's not good enough to outpoint people for 12 rounds. You get in there with like Loma. He was in there with Loma. Like I actually thought he won the fight. Devin won the fight. I thought he did enough, but when I rewatched it was a lot closer than I remember for sure. And he just don't have enough to keep fighters honest. And you know, fighters like Tank, fighters like Shakur, I think they'll pick him apart.
Hey, I think Shakur, hey, look, man, Devin Haney is a very, very good fighter. Don't get me wrong what I'm saying.
He's a good fighter,
good fighter. But this nonsense this going from, he's the only, like switching up from Devin, when Devin didn't have anything. He didn't have a WBC. He didn't have WBC belt. He didn't have any of the other belts. He had never beaten anybody. When he's calling out guys like Lomachenko, he's not clout chasing. He's the guy that's trying to make the fight. But when Shakur, who has already proved himself to be a world championship level fighter, is calling out a guy that when he is the number 1 or number 2 guy in the sanctioning body, he's ranked in almost every sanctioning body. But when he wants to fight Devin, all of a sudden it becomes clout chasing. But it wasn't clout chasing for Devin when Devin was 4 years ago, when Devin Haney was trying to fight Vasily Lomachenko. And then what happens when you actually see the fight between Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko? It's an even fight 4 years later. So if Devin is 3 years younger, 4 years younger, with less experience, Vasily Lomachenko was 4 years younger with 4 years less wear and tear. Why would Vasily Lomachenko, and I know hindsight is 2020, right? Why would Vasily Lomachenko be scared to fight him? Come on, man. He's not knocking out anybody. It's not like he's Gervonta, where he's like literally got people slumped over and falling over in the corner. Mm-hmm. You guys are Devin Haney fans, man, and you buy and you listen to anything these dudes say, even if even if it's factually incorrect, and then you don't take the time to read the rules. I've read the rule book. That's why I can confidently tell you that you cannot activate a mandatory.
Right.
Anyway, man, I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, you good. Yeah.
Go ahead, man. I'm taking your time. Is there anything else you want to say, bro?
I mean, mainly I noticed that. I mean, that's just the inconsistencies for me. I mean, mainly I know I wanted to speak on just like another thing I noticed in boxing, but just, this kind of applies everywhere. But it's like you kind of like can see the type of different individuals, kind of what they're on. Some people are consistent, some people are not. There's some guys that it's like if Errol Spence says, I want to fight this guy, I believe him. I don't think he's just going to say that. I think he wants to fight. If he says, I want Terrence Crawford, I believe him. If Shakur says, I want Tank, or I believe him. Some guys, they're just more consistent than others. And some guys just say, I want to fight, but they probably literally are clout chasing. Like every time Wilder had a fight, Joshua wanted to fight him after he was already in the fight. Just clout chasing.
Yeah.
So he can say, I'm not ducking Wilder. I do want to fight him, but he already got a fight lined up. Where was all of that when they both didn't have a fight? So this is that kind of thing I've noticed. I'm usually going to just ride with the guy that's usually more consistent. The guy, and there's only a few guys in boxing that I really think will fight anybody. I wouldn't say that about a lot of fighters. I think Shakur is one of them. I think Tank's one of them, but I think Tank has been, dealing with the business side of everything. So that's why he hasn't gotten in the fights he wanted. Because I think there's fights Tank's want that the business don't want. He's with Floyd. They want to make the money. They don't want to do cross promotion. So they're advising against it. But some of these other guys
got a big fight, man. We'll see though. We'll see.
Yeah. So I think I think going forward we'll see him.
I appreciate you, Jonathan. Come back again, man. I got to roll a little bit because I got maybe like another 10 minutes on the show.
Appreciate it.
I got to bounce. Come back again, bro. Appreciate your contribution, bro.
All right, have a good one. Thanks.
All right. So I got thrown off a little bit because I just saw some charge come through. I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, real quick, man. Let me get this. Hey, man, much love in that cash out to my guy Richard Paris. Oh yeah, I got that. No, I got that. And then oh my bad. Yeah, Dennis. Hey, what's going on, man? Thank you so much. DeMar Code 2008 said, why are these young dudes so stupid? I don't think he's stupid. He's actually a bright guy. He's a bright guy, but he didn't do his research. He just accepts what people say is true because it sounds right. You can't activate a mandatory. That's just a fact. You can't do it. You're not the mandatory just because you're number one. That's just a fact. You got to read the rules. And not only read the rules, understand the rules. And around Devin Haney, there's a lot of misinformation. And when Devin Haney says something, those guys repeat it. And they act like they believe it. It's just bad information that you have, man. And if you're still listening, dude, it's just bad information you got. It's just bad information. And sometimes you guys just want to win arguments. Dog, I'm not going to argue with you about something if you just not telling me stuff that's not true. Well, like, yeah, he's capped because he doesn't need to call him out. All he needs to do is activate the mandatory. That's not true. He can't just activate a mandatory. And by the way, Vasily Lomachenko just petitioned to remain the number one after the fight was over so that he could be the mandatory for the next one. And the WBC approved it. And the idea that you can just call, and then the young man said this, like, how can you possibly believe that all David Benavidez needs to do is call the WBC and he'll get a Canelo fight as the mandatory because he activated it? People would be activating mandatories left, right, front, and center. Keith Thurman would have activated his mandatory. against Errol Spence, right? Was the number one. Hey, activate it. Just activate it. Jerron Ennis would just activate it against Errol Spence Jr. Just activate it. That's all you got to do is activate it. How come Shakur Stevens is the only person that can activate it? And they can only get activated around Devin Haney. That's like, do you remember when they said Benavidez being Canelo Alvarez is mandatory for 2 years? He's not the mandatory. They never ordered the fight. But you can't, they are, let me tell you, and that's not a bad thing to say as long as you understand. He's in the mandatory position. He's in the mandatory, complete the word. He's in the mandatory position. He's not the mandatory. He is in the mandatory position. Number one is the mandatory position. However, you only become the mandatory if you are the highest ranked available fighter at the time. If the number one ranked guy already has a fight when they call the mandatory, it's not going to be him because he's not available. If it may be the number two, it may be the number three, but it can be any one of them, depending on what in the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman says it will be. Come on, man. Use your brains, people. Use your brains. This ain't Wonder Twins. Like, oh, yeah, it's easy. Just activate it. Oh, he could have been fought Devin. He could have been fought Devin. If he wanted it, he could have already had the fight easy. All he had to do was activate his mandatory. Man, come on, man. Stop. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Anyway, man, look, bro, I've been on here for 3 hours. I got room for one more dude. After that, I'm about to break out. So why can't y'all just admit Devin isn't the guy, man? Stop trying to just ride. I'm sick. I'm no joke. I'm sick of this conversation, man. Accept reasoning, but cross-check everything. It's it. Read the rules. Bob didn't offer Shakur. Man, look. Devin Haney is more than, and watch this. Why didn't they send Devin Haney the contract? I didn't even get to the rest of that stuff. But the last one that I'm going to talk about, because for real, dude, you out there with that bozo talk. You're a bright guy, and I mean it. I hope you're listening. You're a bright guy. I sense that you're a bright guy. You just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. There's a contradiction here. It's a contradiction. If I say, talk about Gervonta Davis, what are they talking about with Gervonta Davis right now? When is Gervonta Davis going to send Devin Haney the contract? And why does Gervonta Davis need to send the fight and then need to send the contract to Devin Haney? Can somebody put an answer in the comment section about why Gervonta Davis needs to fight Devin Haney? Why Gervonta Davis needs to send the contract to why does he need to send the contract to Devin Haney? Why does Gervonta Davis need to do it? Just, can anybody tell me why you've heard that? I've heard because he's the A side. And the A side sends the contract. Right. The chat is lit. He's the A side. Thank you, Frequent Flyer. Now, can you explain to me, Frequent Flyer, who is the A side between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson? Who is the A side between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson? Can anybody tell me who the A side is between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson? Haney. He's the belts, right? So why isn't Haney sending the contract to Shakur? Listen, think about it. This is how contradictory people are. No, Devin Haney is the A side. He's got the belts. It's easy. He's got the belts. They're fighting for the belts. They draw about the same. He's got the belts. Devin Haney should be the A side in that negotiation. Okay? He's the B side to Tank, though, because Tank brings in all the money. But this is where I'm telling you have double standards for Devin Haney. Double standards for Devin Haney. Because when it comes to Devin Haney, if you're the A side over Devin Haney, you got to send Devin Haney the contract. When you're the B, when Devin Haney's the A side over you, you got to send the contract to Devin. Both Devin, even though Shakur's a B side and Devin and Tank's an A side, they both have to send the contracts to Devin. Why is that? I need for you, Mr. Clever, to explain that to me. Well, has Shakur sent a contract yet? Has Gervonta sent a contract yet? Gervonta's the A side. He sends the contract. Oh, Shakur wants to fight Devin. Well, Shakur needs to send a contract. But isn't Devin the A side? So shouldn't Devin fight? Shouldn't Devin be sending it? No, what is Devin? Now watch, this is how you know this is why I say it's a duck. Because you keep bringing up mandatories. You don't need to be a mandatory to fight somebody. You don't need to be a mandatory to fight somebody. As soon as Devin said, well, this is cap. If it was a contract, we go to purse bid. Right there, the man contradicted himself right there. If they were sending you a contract, you would reject it and you would go to purse bid. What does sending a contract have to do with it going to purse bid? Nothing. Nothing. Those pieces don't even match. Those pieces don't match. If I was going to send a contract, you're going to accept or turn it down. If I send you a contract and we're going to purse bid, first of all, you've not been ordered to fight him. So why would you be going to purse bid? You haven't even been ordered to fight him. There is no purse bid. You're either going to accept it or reject it. And if he does send you if he was mandated and he sends you a contract, it only goes to purse bid if you plan on rejecting it. So why bother sending a contract if we already know you're going to purse bid? There's no need. If I know you're going to drag me to purse bid, I'm just going to say, hey, man, we're going to wait till this clock runs out. That's what triggers the clock. The clock, not a contract. A clock is what makes you go into purse bid. A clock, not a contract. So, nah, bro, I don't think Devin wants that smoke with Shakur. That's what I think. I think his energy changed dramatically when it comes to Shakur Stevenson. Because, bro, Shakur Stevenson's already been in the ring with him and already said, I get the best of him. It's going to be an easy fight. And Devin knows it. And guess what? Devin never even denied it. That I heard. Oh, that was way back when we were 17. That's what I heard him say. So, some way back when he was 17. Oh, that was a long time ago. We different fighters now. Yeah, and Shakur, guess what? Shakur ain't 18 no more either. You were 17, he was 18. Guess what? Shakur ain't 18 either. Nah, bro, y'all playing Captain Save-A-Dev and coming up with every argument you can come up with to keep that boy away from Shakur Stevenson, bro. He said Shakur ain't shit. Hey, I'm from Newark too. Man, I don't care if you from Newark or not. What does that got to do with the price of tea in China? Not a thing. But anyway, man, it's been fun. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Father's Day, man. I'm going to be pissed at my son because he's drugged my day out so far. He said I was 6'1", 175 at 17. After first semester, I was 6'5", 225. Are you that big, T. Orlando? You 6'5"? Hey, T. Orlando, are you for real? Are you 6'5"? For real? You that big? 17 ain't ish. Hey, man. 17, 18, whatever, dude. The guys are the same age, bro. He ain't that much bigger. He's been a pro. Dude, he was a pro at 17. By the way, at 17, he was a pro. He was a pro. He's a professional fighter at 17 years old. Yeah, that's all it is. It's Captain Save-A-Dev, man. It's just like, hey, man, we got to support him. We got to make whatever argument we can make to keep this floating. But, bro, I'm still waiting for somebody to show me where the WBC ordered a fight between Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko. I'm still waiting to see that order. 4 years later, I'm waiting for somebody to tell me and show me where he was the mandatory. Still waiting on it. But anyway, I'm out of here, man. Thank y'all so much for y'all support. And with that, I'm out. It's been a lot of fun. Deuces. Haney 316. Whole thread deleted. What you talking about, D1? What thread was deleted? He deleted that whole thread? I know you did. Devin has no mandatory. And you can fight. And by the way, you can fight a voluntary. What's the problem with saying, look, man, I want to fight you. There's no need to make a mandatory. Ain't no need for you to order me to fight you. None. None. Do you remember when they were like, well, Gervonta can become Devin's mandatory? Like, for what? Why in the world would he become Devin Haney's mandatory? Can you give me? But all you got to do, that's what Devin can do. That's what Gervonta can do if he really wanted to fight. He would call the WBA and tell the WBA, make me Devin's mandatory. All he's got to do is activate the mandatory so he can get a 75-25 split with the B side. Okay, yeah, sure. All right, man. With that, I'm out. Deusekis. Peace.